Are you working? Microphone decided to be a bit weird. And then she sat down, got ready, and then obviously straight away I knock out. I don't know how to say it. Elbow my tea. That's the best way. I was about to say knock over. I'm like, that's not. That's not really the right usage of the term. Anyway, hello. Fuck. I forgot to do the other thing. Close the door. Oh, I hope you're all well. Hope you're doing great. Hope I clicked the right microphone. Because the microphone decided to be off. You do all these checks and there's always something. There is always something. Anyway, we've got some new players here. They'll be a bit nervous, so please be kind. Oh. And then obviously Kitty and Jeremy, who are long-standing players, and they are good. But yeah, be kind. This is going to be a weird intro. We're going to find out together how weird it is. And I've written down stuff, and hopefully I remember. Hopefully I won't forget my tea. And hopefully I won't exhaust. Look at this, I've walked a little bit. And I'm already breathless. Oh my god. But I've got a kitchen towel here now, just in case I spill more tea. Seriously, nearly spilled it all over my power outlet. And all I wanted to do was sit down. Anyway, let's join people. Oh yeah, the quiet sound, you'll hear it still. That's what I'm going to do. That weird sound in the background, that's rain, by the way. And I will show you guys in a moment. God, I'm going to find out I've done something fucking weird on my hair. Also, sorry about this noise, I just need to check this. Yep, this is the right microphone. Fantastic. Just need to do a bit of a tap. So yeah, ooh, look, oh fuck, going the wrong way. Ah, Christmas hat. I've had it hung up on my green screen. Isn't that sweet? That's Rita's doing. Okay, got to cover myself with stuff. Have a pillow behind me, because why not? And I'll probably throw it off later when it gets a bit awkward. They should be all chatting in the Discord chat. They're all blind right now, and we will find out. Okay, it's actually uncomfortable. You're going there. No tiger pillow or pillow of any sort, but I will have my Exandria blanket from Critical Role. Anyway, I am being late for people. I will jump in. People. Find. Cool. Hello.
Hello.
Oh, God. I literally sat down, was getting everything sorted, and obviously the first thing I do is elbow my freshly made cup of tea.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. That was fun. The whole desk was covered in the liquid. Lots of fun. Anyway, I sorted it now and I've got paper towels here. How are you guys?
it's been a long week.
Energized, yeah?
So sleepy.
Everyone's jumping at the seams to get in, yeah?
Listen, I completely forgot that the husband is off to a family wedding. So since yesterday I had the kids on my own, the dog and the cats, to look after everyone. Did a spot of cleaning in between, and yeah, the cleaning somehow got a little bit out of hand, so I've spent most of the day tidying when I wasn't in lesson or walking the dog or whatever, so yes, I'm a bit sleepy.
That's fair. It should be relatively chill. Honestly, the energy will be up to you guys, really. If you all start deciding you want to start juggling horses, the energy goes up. If you all decide to follow each other in a single line and have small chats, then the energy will be down. Totally up to you guys. Kitty. But anyway.
Horse juggling.
Juggling.
That sounds like so much fun.
So, currently right now, everything should be black for you. You can still see the chat box on the right, yeah?
Nope, I can see the wagon.
I can see the wagon too.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
can see the wagon.
What the hell?
And it
Oh,
says game paused.
okay, that's something at least.
I'm totally blind.
Someone's blind. There we
Somebody's
go.
blind.
Why are you blind and no one else is? No,
We
you
like to
should.
make things awkward for you.
Kitty, you shouldn't be blind. Oh, your butt skip, by the way, Kitty. You chose the wrong character.
Oh, did I? I didn't. What?
I know what the issue is. For some reason, when I stored this for later, it doesn't save your ownership. So there you go.
Okay.
Okay, I don't need to worry about vision then, hey?
Hey.
I'm going to turn you up a bit. You're a bit quiet. Okay. Damn you, Foundry. Damn you, Foundry. I wonder what reset your guy's vision. Oh well. Either way, doesn't really mean too much. Apart from the fact that you're all going to be starting waking up in a very uncomfortable situation. The sound of rain overhead.
Not very British.
The banging of a cart. Footsteps in the mud. Your body rattling as you hit against bone and flesh. It's a nasty smell in here. But before we start anything, I would like all of you to roll a d20. So on the bottom right in the chat box, there should be the d20. Just roll a d20, and we'll see where we'll go from there.
Oh, it's going well already.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's reset my HUD, so I'm just...
Oh, I don't feel so bad now.
Don't even have the worst one.
Let's get these rolls out of the way, hey?
Doing
Yeah.
well so far.
We're gonna like all drop into a pile of shit at this rate. Yep.
Fucking.
Yeah, that's my role.
I
Okay.
had the best roll so far. That is very disappointing. I rolled a 4.
How do you go up from there?
Can I demand a restart, please?
Yeah. Same. Reroll.
Okay.
Part 1. That was a practice one.
Yeah, we just
Okay.
wanted to test if we had the right dice.
I'm just checking quickly.
And the universal answer to that is no, we do not have the right dice.
Who's the one who...
So foresight.
Felix, have you rolled or...
What? I have rolled, yeah.
Oh, I just can't see it on the
I rolled
Foundry.
the 4, but for some reason chose the Randita.
Just okay. Then I would say you and Kitty.
Oh no. There. I rolled again. Does it show now?
Yes, I've seen that there. And Kitty, roll again as well.
Oh no.
Okay then.
Hey.
So,
I'm taking an average.
I don't know how your character wakes up. I'll leave that to you. But Randita, the last thing you remember happening was that you were preparing for a battle against an armoured foe in a basement of a house.
Oh yeah.
When you were about to engage it, you noticed a dark tendril appear in front of your eyes. Something had pierced through your body. Looking back at it, you would have seen an amber gem, the large one that was rooted behind you in a hole, flowing with shadow, and that was the origin of the attack. To your right, you saw Ramsay spit out blood. And that was the last thing you remember. Until now, where suddenly you find yourself amongst a pile of stinking bodies, lighter than you were before. And you hear a voice say, "Come on, come on. I know it's fucking stupid, but we gotta get it done." And another voice saying, "Alright, alright." What do you do?
Well, first of all, Randita wakes up, fluttering, coughing. What is that? There's tentacles. Oh, they're all over me. Oh, chest. Oh, what is that smell? Oh. And she sort of just looks around at her surroundings, feels around her, feels the stinking fleshy bodies, and sort of like shuffles off the edge of the cart. Starts looking around for her bags, her items. Oh,
Okay. Just moving some things. What do you find that's on you right now?
A hammer.
More importantly, do you think you're missing anything?
I'm missing my bag.
That's true. You go straight for the bag and can't seem to find it now.
Yeah. I completely lost my bag. Where's my fucking bag?
At this point, as you say this to yourself, a bird-like person... Oh, wow.
Whoa!
What the fuck?
Something.
Is your audio okay?
Who's audio?
It's on my mind's avatar. It's going... Oh, I can hear me in the background.
Oh.
Audio feedback.
Yeah. Sorry, for a moment then, Felix, I thought it was you doing a bird noise. I was like, oh shit, that's cool. But
Yeah, no, I'm not that cool. I'm prepared to be that cool as well.
I was like, oh wow, the prep. But next to you, you see quite a large beak, a sort of bird-like avian type figure, and their eyes start fluttering open and looking directly at your face about a few centimeters away.
Can you unpause the game, actually? Because I can't move.
Oh, yeah, sure. You getting out the car?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you being sneaky about the car?
I mean, I shuffled myself off the car. I'm very dazed and confused, so probably not all that.
Okay. Then.
Oh, shit. Wait a minute. I just realised. I would have looked around. What would I have seen?
It's late.
Roll a perception check.
Oh, no. Okay. I'm quite perceptive.
So that's as you're coming off, you would see your surroundings. So with that score, I will probably let you off a bit. You would see two men, one quite heavily armoured, walking along this cart. You would see a very sort of grim surrounding, a river, tree stumps, and ahead of you, a large pile of bodies which seems to be weirdly put together in front of a wall of mist.
Okay. Well, with that then, I will kind of stealth my way and sort of slide myself very awkwardly off the side of the cart.
Okay.
Like, kind of making sure that I'm like lower than the highest body in the pile the entire time.
But you would notice. You would notice those eyes open of the bird-like figure.
No, I wouldn't. No.
No?
Well, yeah, I would have turned around and slid off the cart like a flappy pancake, so...
Okay then, so as you do that, I would say Vexis, roll a perception check to see if you notice this dwarf sneak off the cart.
What do I roll for perception check?
Just, I don't know if you can click on your character properly, can you? Oh.
Easiest way is above the picture of yourself on the left-hand side of the HUD. There's save skills and tools. Click the up, find perception, click on it.
Wait, I don't even have the skills and tools thing open. Wait,
You
wait.
can also old school it and double click on your character icon, and then it will bring up your
Okay,
character sheet.
cool. So, yeah. Okay, what do I have to check there? Once I have my
Once you've got your character
character
sheet open, there'll be the skills on the left hand side. Click perception.
Perception I have 1d20 plus my plus ability check bonus
And just roll normal.
normal 20.
Okay. You open your eyes and you're completely aware of your surroundings. You can see body parts on top of you. You can see more solid parts, and you see one of the bodies slipping off the cart very slowly and carefully. You get a good glimpse. There's figures with weapons carrying you. You do not know why you're in this situation. You kind of remember, you're a bit foggy with everything, but you kind of remember the promise of a great library in another realm. But nothing that would lead you to this position. This doesn't seem like the normal thing you do when you plan to go on a trip to a library. You don't tend to just snuggle up with bodies and get thrown in that way, but you don't know. What do you do?
Then the position I'm in right now is rather stinky and uncomfortable.
Yes.
And the person I've just observed seems to be quietly getting away from that position. I do my best to quietly follow because that person seems to be thinner than whoever is responsible for my position.
Okay, so roll stealth, Randita, roll perception, and I will be doing something else as well.
Fine. Stealth. Normal.
Normal, yeah.
Oh.
Okay. I'll move Randita a bit. You start sneaking past, so feel free to move off. And Randita, you notice that something is following you.
To be quiet.
Rain's too loud.
Oh, right, yeah, sorry, I turned my rain off. Is there a way to turn the rain down, Harry?
You can turn it down on your end, but I don't know if this
Yeah, if you go on the right top on the audio playlist, there's like global volume controls. I've turned the ambient down a lot already. That
I
helps.
didn't realise. Global.
Yeah. Because the ambient was very loud for me as well.
Oh, that's so much better. Love it. Yeah. Hello?
Move away from here. We can talk later.
Oh,
Oh,
I've done
Whoa.
something.
Oh god.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Did you see that cart transport?
what have you done, Bosun? What have you done? I know we've been walking for a while from the keep, but keep your heads about you. And Bosun just goes, I'm tired. I'm sorry. So yes, you two are moving away from the cart, yes?
Yep. That
Alright then.
seems like a very sensible thing to do.
Yep.
Alright, who was next up on the list? Okay, Skom and Catnip, both of you roll a d20 because you both got the same score.
Sam's just disappeared.
Okay.
Well, with this, Sam will join us in
Cool rejoin.
Oh, did you get knocked out?
Yeah, everything went black.
Clearly, Randita's dwarven intensity is just so high.
Yeah, she
You know-
does.
Oh, your socks off.
She does. Yeah, she overwhelms Foundry.
Sorry, what did you say
Meanwhile-
to? Which one did you say to roll? D20.
Yes, just
Or
like the same thing in the bottom
What's the
right.
regular D? Okay. Sam will do that in a sec. It's good.
Doing something proper. I'm getting one. Slow.
Oh, fantastic.
Oh wow.
That looks painful.
Again, at least it's not too important.
Consistent with my last roll.
Yeah. Hopefully that's not just a universal thing that you will roll.
I'm hoping not.
Look like my rolls when we roll for loot and raids.
Okay, Catnip has just joined us. Let's close them down all the windows.
Oh, I'm probably going to need to change this again. Sorry, bear with me 2 seconds.
Need any help?
We're there
That's
now?
fine. I was
Oh,
just changing my settings back.
Okay. Oh, you change your settings. And congratulations, your eyes open. What do you do? There's been some movement. I think that's what probably knocked you awake in this situation.
Is this May?
Yes. And you are surrounded by bodies and an awful smell. And you hear the sounds of arguing happening not that far away from you. You can also roll... Actually, no. Don't worry about rolling. What do you do?
Stretch, and I start to look around me. I'm not too bothered by the smell. I'm more interested in working out where I am. And yeah, I'm just looking around to see what I can see in the cart.
Alright then.
Try and get my bearings, work out where I am, what's going on.
So do you want to look around your surroundings, or do you want to try to make out what's happening in your intimate surroundings?
At the minute, because I can hear the argument outside, I'll try and listen in on that a bit.
Okay, roll perception.
Is there a specific way of doing it for...
your HUD.
You're going to need to, like, show me, so...
That one.
That one I can't.
Oh, yeah. Here.
Ah, okay.
Which one, sir? Perception, was it?
Perception, yeah. Okay, you do take a quick look around. You wouldn't really notice what's happening from behind if you're focusing on the noise, but you would see a armed to the tooth orc soldier with a sort of red scar on his arm, and another man much older with a bit of a limp you would see the path ahead, a location you're not too familiar with. And looking just ahead, you would see a river, a broken bridge, a lot of bodies clung together somehow, and an overwhelming mist which almost seems to curve and surround one side. But looking back, you don't seem to notice it. It just seems to be ahead of you.
Okay, so can I see that the guys on one side, like the I don't know what their names are.
Oh, they're just soldiers, they look like. You see them.
Are they on both sides, or can I sneak out the other side?
You can possibly sneak out the other side. You look over the other bit, and there seems to be a bit of movement on the other side, but you don't seem to notice anything.
Okay. Can I look around the cart before I go anywhere?
Yes. With that perception, I would say we'll keep that, and you'll just notice that there is one other body which isn't completely motionless. You would see something slightly move and shake before Half-Orc's eyes open.
Can I hiss? I'm not a fan of orcs.
Yeah, Skom, you hear a hiss. I will also just do this quickly. What do you do, Skom?
Nothing really.
Oh, thank you. Right, so I wake up and I'll search around to see what on earth is hissing at me.
Roll perception. Quite easily, you see a Tabaxi, a cat person, staring at you with daggers and hissing, and at that exact same time, you hear the voice of another orc just say, "Did I just hear hissing?"
Whoops.
And the other man just goes, "No, it's probably the body's letting out gas. Probably best if we check them over first. But we'll check first to see if the horse is spooked or not. We don't want to have it running away with these bodies, just in case."
Have we overheard that conversation?
Yes, quite easily.
Can I try and stealthily get out of the cart now before they spot us?
Roll stealth.
Oh shit.
Which way do you go?
Sorry, say it again.
Which way do you go?
So if I over here?
Okay, they would definitely notice you as you start slipping off the cart, making quite a few bangs and wallops as you do. But do they notice? Okay. The horse seems fine. And I'm just going to roll this as well. And I will double check you. And who is paying attention to the chatter still?
Still listening to the chatter.
Okay, you seem to have
Yeah,
gotten away with
same.
it. What about the other two which are sneaking off? You see someone else dropping off as you start moving away.
I'd
I can-
turn around and try to peek at who's following us, if it's one of the bulky ones that was next to the cart or not.
Roll perception.
Okay, let's try that again. Perception for there.
Okay, even though you heard what's happening, you'd see a Tabaxi slipping off the cart doesn't seem to be one of the guards, but you do also notice on the other side the other two being very careful and moving quite slowly to the back of the car.
The other two being the guys that were with the cart moving around it or what?
Yes. After saying it's nothing, they're moving to investigate.
Okay, then. I wish I would remember half the stuff that's on my damn sheet.
That's fair, you can play it off as amnesia.
No, I mean, could I think I have some sort of spell for distraction that's useful for distraction. Could I cast one of those to keep the guards distracted and give the Tabaxi a chance to make off?
Druidcraft can do a few weird things. So can
Yeah.
control flames, technically.
Yeah, well, in this weather, control flames doesn't seem like the best, but didn't I have an illusion?
You have Druidcraft, so you can sort of like mess around with nature and create a sort of distracting sound that way.
Yeah, so maybe try to create a distracting sound to the other side, more to the front of the cart.
Yeah, you can make like a sound of a small animal if you'd like.
Yeah, somewhere near the horse.
Okay. What's
Okay,
the sound you're going to make? What sound? What animal sound? Because it's quite important.
Snake hiss.
Oh, good.
Snake hiss near the horse legs. That should work.
Okay. I will treat this as your spell save DC. I think your spell save DC is 13. Okay. I will do this publicly, because making a horse hiss sound near the a snake hiss sound near the horse is kind of a bad thing. Oh, good. Okay. So they turn at the sound of the hiss. You see a very wide-eyed expression from the human as he just goes, ah! And then suddenly, the horse and the cart bolt. Oh. And some of the bodies start dropping off. Luckily, they are looking over in that direction, and they don't notice Catnip straight away. But, okay. Skom, and also, Richard, you have just woken up. You feel like you're being tossed around and in a very shaky and dangerous situation. But yeah, Skom and Richard, you are still on the cart as the horse bolts for the river. What do you do?
Stop it, Mummy. 5 more minutes.
On hearing the slightly bleary-eyed mumblings, I turn over and try and roughly shake Richard awake.
Okay, Richard, you awake and you see a unknown half-orc in front of you, but it's shaken quite rapidly, and you hear the sound of hooves splashing against the water. You hear a shout in the distance of a human man going, "Wait! Wait!" And then the orc stays back and just looks around and just sees a Tabaxi. What are you doing, Catnip?
Started to move. Am I able to like run? I guess he's seen me regardless. But
I mean, if you do decide to run, then initiative will all start.
yeah.
Just so you know. Doesn't mean combat necessarily, but does mean we have an interesting high. Yeah, it's high tense situation if it becomes like that.
Will pretend to be dead.
I know. Yeah, I was just wondering if I could drop to the floor and hide behind that dead body that appears to be in front of me.
So you're kind of like sitting up. You're in like a sneaky position. That cart just went. You would have been knocked back a bit. You want to just drop and make it seem like it was just a body being thrown. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Roll performance. Oh, nice. Okay. He looks at you and he looks quite confused as you sort of drop. He turns his head like, okay, that's just... It's odd, but who cares? And he starts running after the cart, trying to catch up with it. The other two, you notice the cart is flying off. What do you three do as you kind of know you're there before we get to the situation of what the fuck's going to happen to your two other people who are still stuck in the cart?
Will I make eye contact with the other two? I'm guessing they've kind of seen me.
The other two, us or
Yeah,
the
yeah,
cart?
you two. Yeah, no, you two. Can I kind of make eye
Yeah.
contact and...
Yeah, I'll just wave a hand at you to get moving and join.
Kind of look a little bit flustered at why the fuck these bodies are suddenly starting to move out of the car and they're not dead at all. It's very disconcerting.
Yeah, I just ruffle my feathers and think safety in numbers.
The horse continues to move. And a bunch of bodies fall off, including Richard. Richard, you've fallen on the floor. There's a few bodies on you. What do you do?
I stand up. I push the bodies off me, and I stand up, and I am screaming, "What the fuck is going on?"
Okay. They stop. They freeze. The horse rushes ahead, slamming into a sort of like a patch of mud, or you don't know, but basically it gets stuck in the water and the cart sort of seems to slightly overturn. It's panicking. The human just looks over, but then he just sees you and he just bolts it. Just absolute runs off into the distance. The orc just looks around him with, bloody traitor! You! What are you? Where's your face? He then takes out his weapon and just goes, you're a zombie, aren't you? How do you speak? You guys are watching this, by the way.
Did you just call me a zombie? Did you really just call me a zombie? Fireball to the face.
Firebolt, yeah?
Vexis rolls his eyes at a typical wizard.
Actually, I might not be. What shall I do? What shall I do?
It's got a bit interesting.
That firebolt to the face.
Okay, roll that attack.
Richard is pissed. Richard is not happy.
Alright. You fire the shot. And he deflects it with his shield and smashes it into the grass. Everyone roll initiative. Ah, oh, thank you.
So well.
How do you do that?
Oh, wait there, I need to get combat.
Initiative.
Wait, I'll just get combat
Oh,
up.
there.
Oh,
There's a dice just above the up thing for save skills and tools. Jesus Christ, my dice rolling again.
Yeah, these dice rolls are pretty hype.
Everybody's dice
Go
rolls.
down for instance.
I haven't rolled yet. Wait, which one? What?
Yeah.
1, 2, yep, we've all got everyone's initiative should be up. I will just put
Oh, I did. Okay.
the horses in a bit of panic and combat begins. So Randita, your wits kick about you. You just see this person. What do you do? Roll an actual. Roll an Arcana or Investigation check regarding the thing that just got up, and the other one just said it was a zombie. It doesn't. It reminds you of yourself in a way. It seems to be sentient, but it's definitely not mortal. What do you do?
Oh, well, that's good to know. I'm gonna magic missile it.
Wait, which are you magic missiling?
The one that is in front of Richard.
Okay, click magic missile and roll those 3d4s then.
Oh, it's not working. Ah, there we go.
And click damage, and then just roll 2 more d4s, I think,
How do you use that's
in the chat box.
okay, accidentally. Oh.
Why is 4d4?
I clicked for accident. Let me try again.
Okay.
Oh no, I don't want.
If you take the first 3, it was 1, 4, and 3.
7, so 10 damage against this guy. Alright then, as you fire the missiles, he looks over at you and just goes, "An ambush! The undead upon us! The people of this nation will survive!" What else do you do?
I'm gonna steady aim myself.
Steady aim, yeah?
Steady aim really only works with melee, doesn't it?
Yeah, and range attacks. Not magic missile, because you know. You...
Yeah. Then I will take cunning action and hide behind this body.
Okay then, roll stealth check.
Underneath it.
Roll stealth check then.
Wait, can't I use cunning action as a...
Yeah, then you roll stealth, because you either choose
it's
to
a
do an action or
bonus.
bonus.
Right, my bad. There we go.
Okay. Where are you gone? Okay. Just these you drop, and like they're dropping like flies. He's staring at all the bodies now which are dropped off, including the ones on the car. He's very perturbed by this situation. Okay, and is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
Catnip, it's now your turn.
I'm fascinated by Richard because clearly he shouldn't exist in the form he does.
Yeah, roll Arcana or Investigation for free, based on this.
What am I rolling, sorry?
Arcana or Investigation, whichever one you want to use.
That's fine. Is it what's different?
It looks cool. It's definitely sentient or sapient, but it's a very interesting form of undead. Oh, has Kitty entered the turn yet? No, she hasn't. There you go.
I'm sorry.
No worries. I'll never forgive you, but no worries.
Bless.
Yeah. So, Catnip, what would you like to do?
Okay, so I don't want him to get harmed because I want to work out who and what he is. I'm going to search my fur for a flea and cast Infestation at the whatever he is he an orc?
Yeah, okay. Just click that spell and get it up in the chat box. Alright, so he rolls Constitution saving throw. And he passes. He shakes it off. He can see suddenly one of the things that on the floor just launch this attack, this swarm of fleas at him. And he starts readying his shield. Anything else you like to do? You can move.
Can I move a bit closer?
You can. Go ahead. Okay. You get closer, and Richard, you see a Tabaxi walking up to you. Alright then.
I'm kind of concentrating on the guy who called me a rude name.
No worries. It's now Guy who called you a rude name's turn. And he says to you, What is your business? You spoke. You're not part of the Horde, are you?
Horde? What horde? I've just been thrown off the back of a wagon somewhere I don't know. What the hell is going on?
Roll persuasion. He stops for a moment. He looks over at the horse, which is still panicking, and he says to you, "What are you all?"
And addressed to all or just Richard?
He's saying that to the two in front of him, but obviously he was attacked by something else. He doesn't know exactly what thing's alive or not.
I'll tell you what I'm fucking not. I'm not a zombie. Don't you dare call me that again.
Okay. Get down on your knees and put your hands behind your back. Any of you are still alive, we'll get to the bottom of this. Okay,
Over
he
your
still has his...
dead body.
What's that?
Over your dead body.
You say that, yeah?
Yup.
Then I'll put you down first, then. And he walks over to you. And will non-lethally... Let me just double check. Does he have multi-attack? And if he does... Yes, he does. Okay, cool. He strikes at you, and I will say non-lethally, because he wants to knock you down, knock you unconscious, and get this sorted. He strikes with his spear and crits you.
Well, that's cool.
17 damage.
Not dead.
Okay? He then strikes you again. Does that hit?
Yeah, nothing I can do about that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm down.
Okay.
I'm on.
With 2 strikes, he knocks you down. You fall to the ground. You're still alive. You're still breathing, but you just have the wind knocked out of you. You are beaten. He then marches towards you, Catnip, with his spear out. I've slain thousands. Will you yield?
Can I say no? I can't do anything, can I just answer?
I would allow you to drop to your knees and put your hands behind your back during the
Yeah,
turn.
no, I'm not doing that.
Okay.
So, yeah, no, basically. Can I just hiss again?
Okay, you hiss. And he strikes at you.
I might regret this decision.
Does that hit?
Yes. What did he hit? 16.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that hits.
Okay. And take this much damage as he smacks you round the head with the wooden edge of the spear.
How do I do that?
Just right click on that 12 and apply damage when you have your token clicked. Okay. And you start bleeding from the nose as the smack was much heavier and nastier than he thought. And he shouts and says, "If there's anyone else, I will knock you out and will sort you at the fort if you will not cooperate. Or you can surrender." Okay then. Vexis, you hear all this and you just see that undeadish looking fellow get absolutely beaten down to the ground and the other one quite injured. What do you do?
I
I grumble about people being too given to self and so. And blindness on the orc fellow.
Okay, pick that spell. It should come up in the chat.
Uh, okay. It's in the chat. What do I roll for it then, or what?
I roll. So what happens is that comes up there. So you've gone for blindness, yeah, not deafness.
Yes, blindness.
Okay, then I will now click that. He will do a Constitution saving throw. And he is now blind. So let me just see there. So he is under the blind condition now. So he can't see automatically and fails any ability check that requires sight. And attack rolls have advantage. His ones have disadvantage while he's blinded. Is this concentration? We'll find out in a moment. What's that ability again? Okay, yeah, that's all fine. Right, I'll just apply that to him. He's blinded. Let me just check this with the spell. So you've knocked that spell slot. Oh my god, let me see. No, it's not. Okay, cool. Alright, so suddenly he's just like, ah, who turned off the lights? What do you do?
I've somehow lost the initiative order. Who's?
Right now it's Vexis' turn, and then it's Skom's.
Yeah. So once I see that the blindness worked, I come a little closer and wave to the tabaxi to make him get out of there.
Respond to that by moving closer to Vexis.
Okay, on your turn we'll do that.
Yeah.
So Vexis, you get closer, and the horse is panicking quite a lot right now. Vexis, roll a perception check.
Yeah. Let's have a perception. Normal or
Just normal.
10?
That's enough to notice that across the river, it's strange because you see into the fog there's shadows. Across the river, for some reason, there is a mound of dead bodies that seem to be sewn together. And some of it is moving. Anyway, is there anything else you'd like to do for your turn?
Well, seeing that, I grab the tabaxi and try to drag her away from the moving body.
Okay, so you'll move over and you'll just be with the tabaxi. You've used your action already, so you won't be able to drag her.
Okay, then. I'm next to the tabaxi for now and wait to drag her.
Okay then. Skom, you are currently prone on the cart, a bit shaken up by everything that's happened, but you managed to hold on. The horse is panicking in front of you. Roll a perception check. Things seem fine. The horse is panicking for a reason you do not understand. There seems to be a bit of a commotion happening behind you, and the shouting of an orc telling people to submit. What do you do?
Can I see the moving, strung together bodies?
The bodies moving? No. That was your perception check. You can notice the big, interesting thing happening behind you, but when it comes to anything sort of odd, you don't notice that, no.
Fine. The horse and wagon are stuck?
Yes, the horse has basically got sort of stuck in a sort of mud, you presume, and it's sort of panicking. It's not sinking, but it's panicking. The cart is a bit jammed into a rock. There only seems to be another horse's skeleton amongst you right now. The bodies seem to have dropped off.
I think I'll probably jump off the wagon.
Okay, so that'll be half your movement.
Okay.
Yeah, just move yourself off and then you'll have like about 15 feet left.
15 feet.
Yeah. Oh, don't move yourself that far. It just automatically discounted, don't worry.
Okay. Oh, I'm torn. Do I want to go look at the horse or go investigate what on earth is being shouted about? I'm going to see what's being shouted about behind me. See what happened to that strange fellow that fell off.
Well, you see the strange fellow just mid-fall right now as he's knocked out by the Orcus creature, who then lunges at the Tabaxi, and then out of nowhere a black shadow covers his face, particularly around the eyes. He seems to be shouting and panicking a bit. You see quite a few bodies. There's some people in the background. It's definitely an interesting situation. You do not remember being here at all. The last thing you were doing was just walking down a road to new lands. You don't remember sleeping in a stable or a cart or sneezing out of nowhere.
Excuse me.
Okay. Can I attack? What's his name? Grakta.
Yeah, if you have your action still, so go ahead. What would you like to do?
The chromatic orb?
You can, so just click that spell. It should come up in the chat, and then we'll see what needs to be rolled. Okay. And click that attack button, and let's see if it hits. You can roll at advantage, by the way, because he's blinded. It'll be. Yeah. Okay.
Possible.
You throw the shot, but you're kind of thrown off by all the fighting that's happening around it, and feeling a bit. You're still a bit sick, a bit shaken from being dragged in the car. It was only just recently that the horse came to a sudden stop, so your orb goes wide. But that's enough for the others to see a coloured orb just come out of the cart and notice that something else is coming out. Anything else you'd like to do?
Yeah, I'll move a bit closer to see what's going on. So, I'll just move a bit closer.
Okay. Alright, and the rest of you, apart from Richard, who's a bit dazed right now, sees another orc come out from by the cart. Alright, that's the end of your turn, yeah?
Yeah.
Alright, Richard, you are incapacitated right now, but you can see what's happening around you. You're winded, so you can kind of speak, but it's kind of a bit out of it right now.
Right, two things. Perry,
Yes.
Can you type in Twitch?
Type in Twitch.
Yeah, you.
Yes, sir.
You personally.
Blep. I wrote blep.
Right, just my friend's watching and her two kids decided to watch as well, and they're going like, is this happening? Is this real now? And they're really like,
I'm real.
to Lisa and Quinton.
I exist. And then
Hi to Lisa and Quinton. Yeah, I'm going to ignore the cameo skip like a little girl to you.
okay, awesome. No worries.
Right, now down to annoying you. I'm conscious, but I'm taking umbrage with winded.
Yeah. So you're conscious, but basically it's just like what would normally happen is you'd be unconscious and out of it, but he only meant to put you down onto the ground, so he hasn't knocked you out. You're just,
So he's knocked me down so I can get up.
You can't get up. No, you've been hurt so much. You're on 0 HP, so you can't get up.
Can
You're
I
just
cast?
no. Basically, it's just like social things you can do right now.
I tell him that I'm going to rip off his penis and add it to my collection.
Okay, he hears a very airy and muttered sort of, "I will rip off your penis," and he's currently blinded right now, and he's like, "You monster!" Okay, is that the end of your turn?
Yeah.
All right.
Nothing else I could do.
Randita,
Oh,
roll a
boy.
perception check.
I need to refresh. So I lost internet connection a moment ago.
No worries, no worries. You have to tell Matt to stop stealing all the internet, Kitty.
He's out at the moment.
So he took
I
it
think
with
he's
him?
very-
That's rude.
I'm just gonna roll it in D&D. Oh wow, D&D Beyond doesn't even work.
Yeah, do it in Foundry. I can see it in Foundry. When you get back on.
Oh, it's loading. Yeah. Okay. Right.
Okay. That's enough to sort of see. You would have seen the chromatic orb come from the orc moving from the cart, though it doesn't. It seemed to be directed at the other orc. You see the half undead type creature has been dropped to the ground. This thing seems to be doing brutal attacks, but then you do notice in the distance there seems to be movement in the mists. But more importantly, the sew together pile of bodies is moving and something is starting to come out of it.
Okay. Randita sort of like looks for a second. Looks behind her. Looks back forward to the struggling group. Looks back behind her. Okay then. And she's gonna she's gonna sneak. Because she's still technically stealthing, right?
You are stealth right now, yeah.
Okay, she's gonna sneak behind ugly orky boy and do sneak attack.
Okay, so roll that attack at advantage, whichever one you're doing. Okay, and that misses as you bounce off his armor.
Oh no. What could I do then?
What was that?
I'm gonna I could apparently bonus action dagger.
You can go for another strike if you want to. If you have two, do you have two daggers?
Oh, you know, I don't know.
No, your other dagger was taken. I think. Let me just
Ah.
double check. No, you have two daggers. You're fine.
Okay, then yeah, I'm gonna attack. Normally this time.
Well, no advantage. It's still the same.
Advantage. Oh, good, because I just got 4.
Yeah, roll that again. All right.
Hey!
Roll crit and then roll crit sneak attack as you manage to get your second dagger attack in between
Damage.
parts of the armor.
Critical hit.
Okay, and have you rolled the dagger damage? It's just just do 2d4s because it's a bonus action, so it doesn't have the damage modifier.
Okay. Oh, woohoo!
Nice
I'm not
hit.
sad about that. I am not sad about that.
There we go. You do a nasty chunk against it, and he's like, "Ah, just surrender, goddammit!"
I think you're the one that's going to be surrendering, Bucko.
Bucko. Okay.
I like Red Dwarf, okay? Ooh.
Okay. All right then. That the end of your turn, yeah?
I think that's all I can do. Unless he wants to try and hit me, which is going to be good.
Okay, we'll see when that happens. All right then. Catnip, it's your turn. You're very wounded right now. You're a bit dazed.
Firebolt him.
If you firebolt from, actually, yeah, you'll be rolling a, yeah, you can firebolt from that thing if he's blinded.
Yeah, is that doable?
Yeah, just roll a normal attack roll. It would normally be disadvantage in close combat, but because he's blinded, doesn't matter. And it completely goes wide, and I would say just the close quarters of it, and just the panic and a bit of your how much you hurt and stuff. It goes off about a few centimeters off from where Randita's position is.
Mhm.
What else would you like to do?
I'm not sure what else I can do at this point.
You can just stay put if you want to.
Yeah, can I poke Richard?
Yeah, sure. You take the shot, and the reason why you were so distracted and the shot was bad was because you got one left hand with the firebolt, and the right hand you're just stretching out to poke the body on the floor.
Yep.
Okay, Richard, you're poked.
At least buy me dinner first.
Huh?
Okay then. It's now correct.
Does that help me in any way being poked?
No. Okay, Gragtar just says, just stay put, and he's attacking blinded, but he's attacking the same location that he went for before. So it would just be at disadvantage. So he rolls that attack. How is that oh, I'm being done. Yeah. 10 misses, doesn't it?
At me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So he goes for a swing, and it misses. He goes for another swing. And does a 13 hit?
Yeah.
Okay. And he smacks you for
I'll be down at this point for sure.
11
yeah.
damage. So he knocks you to the floor, winding you as well.
Yep.
Right. Oh, where's it gone?
I don't know what I just did there.
Now roll this. 1, 2, 3. He'll try and launch himself towards where he heard Vexis. And 4, 5, 6. He'll try to react against Randita behind him in the dagger strike. He'll launch himself towards Vexis, so move you out of the way as he barges you past.
Oh, nice.
And he takes a strike at you with his spear at disadvantage, because he's still blinded. I'm guessing
Ow.
that hits, yeah?
I assume, where do I check that? What?
Your armor, if you double click on your character, you'll see your armor class. It's a shield just to the right of where your name is.
Yeah,
And
11.
okay, so right click that 7 when you're clicking your character and apply that damage.
Wait, I do what?
Um,
I right click the 7?
you right click the
apply
7? Yeah.
Damage.
Perfect. So he smacks you, clobbers you right by the side of the head. You're a bit shaken, everything sort of moved. And then I roll his constitution saving throw to see. At the end of his every turn, he rolls to see if he shifts the effect.
If he gets rid of the blindness, right?
Yeah. And he's no longer blind.
Well,
Uh-oh.
that sucks for me.
And he says to you, surrender! Okay then.
And I tell him to fuck off.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
Richard's giving you a thumbs up from his back.
Yeah.
Total noob still. So, the use feature, can I do that together with cast spell, or can I only do one?
It depends what's the feature.
Form of dread.
Form of dread is... Let me just see. So if I click on your character like that, use feature, it's free. You can just do that.
Okay, so then I would do the form of dread and then cast an Eldritch Blast to his face.
Okay, it will be a disadvantage if you're in close quarters because he's no longer blind.
Yeah, I mean, don't know what... Oh, well, Mind Sliver might be better then, to confuse him.
It would be, yeah.
Yeah, so I go for the Mind Sliver.
Alright, so just click that up. Also, let me just see this. Your level is 3, right?
Yeah.
I'll just do this for you. Just make it a bit quicker. Oh, I just rolled the wrong thing then. Okay, it should be 13 because I rolled a 10. So you'll get 13 temporary hit points for turning into your form of dread. There we go. Cool. Mind Sliver, he will roll
Yeah.
this. And I think that's just a pass, so he doesn't get affected by the damage. Okay then. What does your form look like? How do you look in this?
That is a good question. I've never really thought about it.
No worries.
Like very dark mist, I'd say, like a cloud of dark mist that just has a very, very terrifying atmosphere.
Okay.
Like the feeling when you fall over backwards in the dark, kinda, when you look at it.
Okay. He looks at you and says, Shade! Necromancy! Okay. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
What else can I still do?
You've used your action. I don't know if you. Let me just see. You can move, but that would put you at risk because he gets a free attack against you.
Yeah, and I think I just hope he gets frightened enough to leave me the fuck alone.
Okay. Oh, that's an interesting thing. Why that's there? All right then. You notice, even though he's shouting, actually, roll a insight check.
Inside. Oh. Normal, yeah.
Yes.
Ouch.
You don't know why he's not. He doesn't seem frightened of you. But you don't know why.
Yeah, I'm very confused because usually everyone's afraid of the dark, where
Yeah.
what I remember from.
And for some reason, this person's holding strong. Skom, you're watching the situation unfold. Roll a perception check as you just quickly look back. Yeah, no, everything seems fine behind you. The horse is making so much noise. What do you do?
I ignore that silly horse.
Yeah, exactly. City horse.
Right, and I shall try another chromatic orb at our dear friend Gragta.
Correct. Okay, roll that attack.
Normal, yeah?
Yeah. Oh. And the shot just misses his head. As he looks back, and he says, What are you doing? The undead are upon us. Fight with us. Thousands will die.
What do I do? Okay. I will pretend to join him. I'll just stand up next to him.
If you want to go over to him, yeah? Roll deception.
Perception, yeah.
Deception, yeah.
Oh, sorry, deception.
Yeah.
Oh, that's preferred. Yeah, so,
Okay. So yeah, you go over to stand next to him, yeah? And he seems less worried about you now. But he does say, We need to knock them out. Take them to the fort. All this noise, the hordes of undead will be upon us. If they are with them, then they can be eaten by them. If they're not, we need to get them out of here. Okay. Richard, you can talk on your turn.
No getting up yet.
No getting up. No, not until someone gives you healing or does a medicine check or something.
No, just enter.
Okay, cool. Randita, you're hearing all this. What do you do? Oh yeah. Also, before we actually do that, I gotta do something.
Do you? Do you really?
I do.
Why does it have to be me?
Well, it's fun when it's you.
Ah.
Okay.
Oh.
What's that?
Hmm?
Nothing much. Oh, what the fuck? Remove you. How do I do that? Yeah, let's get rid of these things. Somehow I click. Oh no. Oh no. Go away. Go away. Go away. Go away. I just did something silly. As parts of the wall start slipping through and things start moving through it. You're not alone anymore with this man you're fighting. The dead are rising.
Oh.
Okay, Randita. You see hands and humanoid figures coming out of the wall, partly stitched together, and roll a perception check.
Mm-mm.
Okay then. There seems to be more of these things amongst the pile, breaking free from their threads. And there seems to be one large chunk which doesn't seem to be breaking from its threads, but seems to be moving and trying to get out from amongst the pile. It doesn't look good. What do you do?
It's very much my turn. It keeps telling me it's my turn.
Is it your turn? Is it your turn?
Yeah, but it keeps telling me.
It's because I'm removing combatants. Sorry, maybe that might be doing
Oh.
that.
Okay. Randita sort of like, yeah. Her eyes narrow. She looks over to the group and kind of thinks to herself, okay, this situation just got a little bit worse. She goes over to Richard and shoves a potion of healing down his neck.
Okay.
Very elegantly.
So you're using it on someone else, so that'll be an action.
Yep.
Bonus action if you're using it on yourself. Just so people know.
Yep.
Click that healing and then Richard will be healed by that amount. Okay, the bare minimum.
Get up, you. I have a feeling that you might have a little experience, not unlike my own. But quite frankly, we're all in a bad situation right now. That mist over there, it's moving, and not in a good way. And that's the end of my turn.
Okay. I'll just go back over this thing because I knocked it off as well. Alright. A hand starts moving. And it starts swapping the cart. And another one moves as well. Actually, yeah. And then one of the bodies breaks off the bridge and rushes towards the horse in its panic and starts grabbing at it, preparing to bite. Catnip, you are down on the ground. You were kind of looking around your situation. You're quite dazed and stuff. You just heard Randita say there's something bad happening, and there seems to be some other movement. What do you do?
Not a lot I can do, is there? Yeah, there's not a whole lot I can do other than watch it going on around me.
Okay, so you want to end your turn?
Yeah.
Alright.
I have to actually do that.
Gragtar says, "They're upon us. They're upon us. I knew that stupid bastard's plan wouldn't work. I will pick up the body. We need to move. We can deal with this later."
Which body?
looks at you, Vexis, and says, I will take the tabaxi. We'll head north. Let it eat the horse.
Well, eating the horse, overeating me. Sounds fine, sure.
Okay. And he picks up Catnip. With his strength, he shouldn't be affected movement-wise. But he won't be able to run. So, let's try and go that way. Yeah. He starts running up north with Catnip on top of him, and he says, we need to move fast. Alright then. Oh yeah, as he moves, by the way, Skom and Vexis, did you take an opportunity attack against him?
What?
Basically, you have a reaction that you have every turn. So you have an action, bonus action, reaction, and movement. Action and bonus action is something you do in your turn. Movement, that's easy stated. Reaction, basically, every turn you have a special action you can do during anybody's turn. So the most obvious one with reactions is if you move away from someone without disengaging with your action, they can take an opportunity attack against you. He didn't disengage against both of you. You can hit him. It won't be with a spell, it'll just be with like a physical attack or a punch. But you can do that if you want to. You can choose not to if you don't want to either.
I'll choose not to because at the moment he's the only guide we have here and seems to have stopped trying to attack us. So
Okay.
going with it for now.
And Skom.
Exactly the same. Exactly the same.
Okay then. So now Vexis, it's now your turn. What do you do?
I assume that Richard is still a little bit incapacitated, so I'll nod to Randita and try to help Richard to move faster away from whatever's coming from the other side.
I would say if you move next to him, so move 10 feet next to him, you can use your action to get him up so he won't be prone, so he'll be at full movement when he gets up.
Okay, yeah.
Is this something that I could maybe pick him up on my turn?
He's standing now, but you can pick him up if you want to on your turn.
If he's lying down or if he's collapsed on the floor, I could maybe just sort of pick him up like Gregta did with Catnip.
It's a possibility. If he would let you, that's the other thing, because he does have HP now, so he's a bit more conscious.
Opposite.
Oh, yes, feisty.
So you have 20 foot of movement left, Vexis. What would you like to do?
Whole ass as fast as I can.
Okay, feel free to move.
So what was it? 20 feet or
Yeah.
what? 20, okay.
That's because you're moving over bodies, so it's double the. It's harder to move over bodies.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you start rushing north. Skom, it's your turn.
Just so I understand,
Yeah.
what's the full risk of the crawling claws?
I would say, looking at them, you can either roll an Arcana or a Religion check against them to. So you're using your bonus action to either check one of those scores, and then you can see if you know anything about what they can do.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if there was background to that. Okay. Are they? I can't remember which direction they're both heading. Are they both heading to us, or was one?
They're
heading
surrounding the
towards-
cart right now because there seems to be easy prey.
Okay. So are they both heading? Because there's one that's a bit, well, I'll say closer, but
Yeah,
one's
it was.
further north.
Yeah, it was just behind it. But if you antagonize this in any way, maybe it would go after you.
Okay. In which case, I'm guessing because Richard is a bit doddery on his feet after being knocked out.
No, I'm fine. I'm fine. Don't worry about me.
Okay. Don't want to antagonize them any more than they are, so I might just, yeah, I'll go up and join Vexis.
Okay, so
And oh yeah, how far can I move?
30 feet.
30 feet. Well, in which case I will go all the way up next to my mate Gragta.
Yeah.
I'll
Okay.
figure out where on earth we're going.
Alright. Next turn, the other zombie. As it starts moving towards the horse, doing the exact same. Richard. No questions asked, just thanks, Dwarven Girl. Runs.
Can you move me? Because it's... Oh, no, I'll go there.
Yeah, it's because of the
And then
thing
I'll
on the
go
way.
there. Okay. I... Basically, as I get beside him, I slap my hand up between his legs, grab his nuts, and cast Inflict Wounds.
Okay.
On who?
Roll that attack roll.
An advantage because I'm behind and...
No,
There's people around.
he's carrying. He's quite aware of his situation.
There's
He
two of
sees-
us next to him, that's what I was asking.
Yeah, he seems like a very combat ready person.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Okay. You can
Basically, I just slap his arse and the spell goes off into nowhere.
I would say what's
Oh,
best is your hand is full of this narcotic energy. As you get close to him, you cut over the path, over the grassy sort of the rainy patch, and you slip on the mud. So I'd say you go prone. The spell goes off into nothing. Luckily, he doesn't notice that. He turns around to you and just says, "We have to get moving. Do you need help?"
Yes!
Okay, then we end your turn.
I was just trying to...
Before you do move, Randita,
Oh,
you see
Yeah.
something barge, that thing you've been watching, barge through.
oh no.
You see this. A collection of hands and bodies tied together, rolling and squirming.
Oh, that is not the orgy I want. I'm running.
No, no, no. You see many other things. So yeah, feel free to go now. Also, you're invisible now. So
Yeah,
no,
I'm
you're not.
running.
Cool.
The funny thing is, that's what I was thinking when we woke up in the cart.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
But a large group of undead, including this creature, seems to be rushing off. Okay, you've used your movement to move. You can use your bonus action and your action to dash as a rogue.
I had 40-foot movement anyway. I'm all right.
You could just fuck off the map if you wanted to.
Yeah. I'm fine.
Okay. So I'm going to guess that you lot will continue running. Is anyone stopping or doing anything?
Nope.
Everyone's
tail
running.
feathers.
Oh, what's that?
I haul ass and tail feathers.
Okay, cool.
That looks entirely too sticky for me.
Alright then, so if you're going to continue running, we'll end the combat encounter there. And we'll assume you're rushing up. And let's take a small drinks toilet break. About 5 minutes, be back at like about 5 past.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And we'll get to the next bit. I'll just quickly pause. Alright, be back in a moment.
I'm a little bit upset that I didn't manage to necrotic damage his balls.
Oh, don't worry. Give it time. You'll get your chance.
It's nice to know that after a break, my dice rolling is...
To be fair, if you were too OP, I don't know. It'd be too scary.
Yeah, an OP Richard would be interesting.
Sorry, we're not familiar. What's OP?
Overpowered.
Mm.
There you go.
No worries. If we say anything you don't know, do feel free to ask.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got no idea. Hence the ums and ahs as to what on earth I do.
I've been playing it for 4 months and still have no clue. So
I've been playing it for a couple of years now, and I am too short attention spanny.
that
So
probably applies
it's
to
okay.
most of us.
Yeah. It's cool. Like, again, if you don't understand anything, it's pretty much as Jeremy says, like, it's okay to ask. It's all a learning curve, and I'm amazed that Perry picked it up as quickly as he did, although he's a very smart bean.
Has he been playing for?
Uh, Probably about as long as I have, actually, but he just took to it like a duck to water, I guess. Amazing. Right, I'm actually going to pop to the toilet.
You all right there, Hedgepig?
Surviving, just about. I've stopped flapping at my husband over it.
Oh, Felix has got the flappy character.
Yeah, no, my own, like me personally, flapping over. Yeah,
No, I didn't think
everything.
it. Yeah.
So far so good. I'm pretty much dead, but
Well, I've made a new friend.
yeah, I think my character's just going to keep getting into trouble because I'm easily distracted by like the undead and what have you. And we're in a world full of undead, so yeah, I'm gonna have lots of squirrel moments.
Just putting myself back
I
on.
just said to my friend,
They can't hear me yet.
you have to make decisions. You're completely locked into a course of behaviour because of your character.
Yeah,
And I was just thinking, like, different characters, how they would have reacted to the situation, and all of them would have been slightly different.
so is this like your main character you play with a lot?
It was, but then he got sent here, and that was months ago. So on
Okay.
the Candlekeep, I've got a female, and she wouldn't have put her weapons down, but she would have said, no, but let's talk it out. She wouldn't have attacked.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like your Richard character.
No, Richard's just been thrown out the back of a wagon, doesn't know where he is. The last thing he knows is tentacles pulling him into a coffin. He's pissed off.
Yeah.
He's angry and vengeful.
Feel free to turn down the music, by the way. I'm going to do that.
It's very relaxing.
Oh, I'm glad. Okay, is everyone here?
Still
Nope.
loading in.
Still loading.
Yeah, still loading.
Alright, you run for, you'd say, half an hour. Every time you group, Ethan suggests the idea of stopping. He says to you, while holding one of the others who fell off the cart, "We have to keep going. We need a certain distance or they will follow us." And eventually, you get into a forest to the far east of where you were, far from the fog, secluded with darkness and shadows. And at that point, he stops, pushes himself against a tree, still holding Catnip, and turns to your group as you all stop as well. What is happening? Why were you in the cart?
You tell us. Where are all the bodies coming from?
Do you honestly don't know why you were there? Were you hit on the head or something?
Something happened to me. I was not in a car at the start of the day. I was in a house with my group. And I'm no longer with my group. I got dragged down by these dark tentacly things and I wake up in a pile of dead bodies. Is this hell? Might be.
Show me your arm.
My arm? Why?
I just need to know. Was your Talon group ambushed?
I did see one of my group members also suffering. Fine. And Randita. The music just started for me. that really bamboozled me.
Yeah, feel free to turn down the music if it's a problem in your end, but yeah.
Yeah, it was just very sudden. I had to refresh the page because my internet's terrible. Randita puts out her arm, sort of very shirkishly. Kind of, yeah. Her eyes still very narrowed. She isn't quite trusting this person.
He shows you his arm, and there seems to be a sort of red, sort of sharp spear-like tattoo on his arm. He looks at yours and goes, "So you're not a Talon, but you were in a fight. Were your allies in the cart with you? Were they dead? Did they not wake like you?" He's completely focused on Randita right now. The others are just sort of, you're just watching, trying to catch your breath. I mean, you are all wizards or sorcerers or warlocks. I mean, it makes sense that you'd be catching your breath after a half an hour run.
I woke up on my own. Apart from this lot. I don't know them though.
So they're not your allies?
Nah. Never met Beaks here in my life.
And yet you just fought with them without a second thought.
I mean, it's us all a great big horde of mashed ham and undead soup, so...
Don't tell me I look undead to you.
Not you. The other side. That... whatever the fuck that was in the mist.
Vexis, meanwhile, catches his breath, waves at Randita and says, "Well, it was either her or you lot carting us around with a pile of dead bodies, so I picked her."
And I say, "You're Randita. Where's Ramsey? I came here with Ronan Darkstar." And I forget the name of the other person.
Burbling Brook.
Burbling Brook.
Ramsey... Oh, wait a minute, I remember you, yeah.
Do you?
I think.
No, you've never seen me.
Never met.
Oh, no, I've never seen you. in another life, I have no. Randita turns to Vexis, goes, "See, Beaks is on my side," and I mean, do I know Ronan Darkstar? I don't, do I?
Yeah, you do. You were at the farm with him.
Right, okay. I'm then gonna go, "Yeah, I know Ronan. What happened to him?"
The last thing I remember was being dragged into a coffin by black tendrils.
That's kind of what happened to me. Huh.
Then I look at the big guy. "Did you have anything to do with that?"
I don't know anything about black tendrils. Are any of you Talons, my half-orc friend, do you have the tattoo as well, or are you just like them?
What is this tattoo? Why is he obsessed with tattoos? Talons? Beaks has got talons.
It's the insignia of our military order. He then quickly looks over at Catnip, just checks the arm. Catnip, you're still kind of out of it. You are cognizant, like you can speak. It's just you're currently being held up by him as you've been quite winded and hurt. And you're not one either, and he just puts you down. And I would say I'll give you 1 HP so you can actually start doing stuff. Just shift you around. So none of you have an idea. Okay, that makes sense.
Makes sense for one of us then.
Normally, we find people from other lands around the mists. And we recruit them into the armies to defend the people of these lands. You lot, though, we found you amongst a pile of corpses from a battle from the north. We did what we normally do with the bodies.
Walk up to him, poke him in the chest, one finger.
Sounds cutting out.
Yeah.
No, I'm poking him in the chest. Where's my bag? Poke, poke, poke.
And that's the issue. When we find bodies, due to lack of resources, we tend to loot them and distribute them based on need. Anything we would have found, depending on its goods, would either be put into the southern fort where I belong, or shipped up north. I'm sorry, but we thought you were all dead bodies, and we're not going to leave useful goods like weapons and food on dead bodies if people need it.
We have no one there to actually check if people are dead, because missing this many people not being dead seems rather incompetent.
The thing is, this is why I'm confused, because some of you do not share the signs of undeath, but some of you do. I don't know why, but the bodies would have been checked, and you wouldn't have been... They wouldn't have done it if they could sense breath of any kind.
Yeah, Vexis ruffles the feathers, but that's aside for now.
I don't know what to do with you lot.
You can take me to where my bag is.
You lost your bag as well?
Yes.
Well, all of us did. I could do with my knives in this as well.
Oh. Basically, we'd all been dragged in, someone's jacked all our shit. Great.
Yep, and now Chuckles over here says, not his fault, ever so sorry, and we sat here without resources.
Oh.
I understand your need to salvage from the dead, but we're not dead. Stealing from us is not acceptable.
There's an issue with your look and abilities.
I am reborn. That's all you need to know. I am not undead. I take offense at being called undead.
Yeah, don't be racist.
Yeah, don't be undeadist.
Yeah.
I'm probably one of the most moderate people you'll find here. This land has been for almost a decade now under constant siege from the undead. The Empire of Alcovia and the Talons are the only things standing between thousands of people being swept up by the Horde. with how some of you look, if I take you to my fort, I can't guarantee that you won't be impaled on the spot.
And if those of us who don't fit your view of the right people stayed away outside, would the others be okay?
You would then also be in danger, because there's a reason why we stay in forts. Is there anything you can do to disguise yourself? I say this for a reason of the southern fort is quite unmanned, and what we normally do with those we find outside is we recruit them into the talons. And if you are seeking to get your items back, that is the best way. But there's only so... My commander can only be so desperate, and there's a lot of people who would burn the slightest hint of undead.
Does my kind fall on those hint of undead scale that you would have?
I don't know, but you look like a shade, so... Again, I prefer... I'm looking at the military end of this, and the fact that you are sapient and I can stop you from fighting and trying to kill me. That's a good sign, that's something. And we need all the bodies we can. Eventually, another wave is going to sweep across the south, and our numbers in the southern fort has not replenished. If you want protection, come with me. If not, I will go on my own way.
I'll come with you, but I haven't got a disguise. That probably would have been in my bag. But I could probably ride Beaks here, and you know, just say that she's my mighty steed. That'd get her in, right?
I don't think the race thing's the problem, it's the undead thing.
Right. So I'm really obviously a bit dead to you, apparently.
He looks at you quite confused.
No, I think it means
What?
me.
Why you?
I don't know. You're assuming that he's undead. He's got a mask over his face. He could be anything.
Well, right now he doesn't have a mask over his face. It's quite
So
clearly his jaw's
Right.
gone.
Oh, okay, right. I was.
Yeah, he's looking at it just going, yeah, there's an issue there.
Do I still have my mask and cloak, that sort of thing?
I mean, you had a bunch of stuff on you. You would find you'd have had like a rag on you. You'd have had some sort of basic clothing. You could tear it up a bit and sort of try to cover your mouth, make a sort of makeshift scarf. But the robe's been taken.
Take the scarf off his head. That other guy, you know.
What? Take Skom's scarf off, yeah?
Yeah,
Headpiece.
Skom scarf. Yeah.
Skom, what do you think about that?
Yeah, show my bed head.
Okay.
All right, yeah. I'm gonna wrap that round
Okay.
myself. Fakes, I'll lend this back to you. I mean, give it back to you. If I wrap this round myself, I could probably act like a lady of the night.
Wait, what? Sorry, did I?
I'm trying to disguise myself here. You know, look a little bit more feminine.
Wait.
I'm just going with, do you really need to act that much?
Hey, bitch tits. Hey. I don't, but I'm drawing on a possibility here. I can't think of anything. I'm a short dwarf. There's a big red scarf that came off that big tall guy's head. This is... Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
The orc
How did
command.
this devolve?
Gragta just says, I thought you were going to put that around your friend's face.
No.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to go grab the scarf and wrap it around me.
Before you get it round your face, though, can Catnip kind of poke and try and have a nose and work out what's going on with your face?
Yeah.
Vexis just rolls
I'm sorry,
his eyes
you've
and
had
then-
one free poke at me already. No more poking.
So yeah, so you just move away.
Yeah, Vexis just rolls his eyes.
The Gregtar just says, "So, are you coming with me to the fort?"
Well, seems better than staying out here.
Just
Richard's just nodding and thinking if it's wood, he can burn it.
okay. So, try to be guarded with what you can do if you have anything related to the powers of death. Try and be clever with your use, and if you can use it to drive off the hordes, then I'm all for it. But just know, it won't be just you on the stake, it will be me. So I'm taking a big risk here.
Vexis nods with understanding, grumbles a bit, but goes along with it.
Okay,
Looks like we're off to the fort then.
off to the fort we
Yeah.
go.
More walking, oh jolly.
Alright.
I thought we were using Vexus as a mount.
I was. But she'd have to agree to it. But I don't think the issue's, yeah.
I'm looking at the dwarf and thinking I'm lighter.
I'm looking at both of you and thinking my beak is sharper.
Okay then. I will just get this bit ready. Expect a load with this one as you head to the fort. As you're walking, are there any conversations you lot would like to have with each other? As I set this
To
up.
Richard about how he is. I'm assuming Catnip's never seen any kind of creature like him before.
I would say roll a. Let's. What would be a good one? Yeah, talking about that. Let's say roll a Arcana check. Let's see if you have or not. As you spend more time watching. No, you've never seen anything like this before. It's fascinating.
Yeah.
It's almost alive in its sense of undeath.
Of how his father killed him to take over, to take his power and increase his own lifespan. But his sister managed to slightly pervert the spell, and this is how Richard came back.
And you say this, yeah?
Fascinating. I don't know about how they manage that.
I'm sorry, I didn't quite hear you there.
I'm quite far away because we're on Richard's microphone. I'm fascinated by how, so I'm asking you more about how. How did they manage to bring you back to life?
I don't know. I killed my father when I came back, as you would, and my sister ran. So I have no idea.
And what happened with your jaw?
It's in my bag.
So that's why you're looking for your bag.
Sure, that's why I'm looking for my bag. Richard looks a bit furtive at this point.
Vexis
does-
just listens, but doesn't contribute to the conversation for now.
So with no jaw, do you need to take in any kind of food and sustenance?
No food, no water, no breathing.
Fascinating, fascinating.
The orc says, "Please don't mention that in the fort." Okay, we're getting closer. Can you all see the fort from here?
Yeah. If you scroll right out.
Yep.
Good. Alright, follow me then. We'll get to the gate and sort things.
I'm still not loaded. Oh.
Oh no.
No.
No?
Falling behind already.
No, not yet.
Refresh?
Blur. Oh, no, there I am.
He shouts to someone
What
at the
legs
tower.
catching up?
Yeah. He shouts at the tower, "More recruits coming through!" Oh, and before we do that, I will just quickly do something. Because this is something you'll see at the gate. As you guys have been gone for a bit, I'd say, chatting, you went the long way around because of the dangers that are happening. And, where are you? Just trying to look for something. Oh yeah, there we are. Can I put them there? Yeah. There we go.
Oh, him again.
You would see him. There we go. As you're getting closer, you would see him, his fresh body, placed upon a large wooden spike. Stupid bastard came straight back without me. I'm not surprised the commander did this. He seems to be stripped of basically everything except some clothes. And blood seeps through the grass. Angus? Yes? We got the recruits. Open up. Quite possibly. I will open up. But first, who are you so desperate to open the gate? Pointing at you, Richard. Jeremy.
Was told it was dangerous and that we needed to get inside.
It is quite dangerous. Many dangers from every angle. Enough then. I shall open. Enter. I'll go.
Colliding with walls.
Yeah, there's a little barrier thing there. I'll go head straight to the captain. Stay in this quarters. I'll be back soon.
Bring my bag with you.
Yeah, I'm still colliding with walls.
I'm going to move you forward, Randita.
Oh, thank you.
A woman comes over, quite a badly scarred face, holding a spear and a shield. And Richard, roll a investigation check. You look at her and
Finally.
what was the mission where you looted quite a bit of armour and weapons and you forgot to sell it? It was the one in the dungeon, wasn't it?
Yeah. Oh, no. Yeah. Gotta go back. And Richard's not been around forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, but was it the one where we were placing the lights around?
Yes,
Because there were crossroads in the caves.
Yes, I think so. So they would be. So
Yeah.
you would look at the leather, and it would be seem quite stretched. That she's wearing, and you seem to recognise that this is some of the armour that you brought with you. That she's wearing it, and she says, "Aye, so you're the new recruits, eh? It's good. We barely have any bodies to man this station. Welcome to the broken and battered."
Where did you get the armour from?
Loot acquisitions. We don't really get supplied much gear here, so we took what we needed before sending the majority of it off north, where most of the fighting and most of the defence is needed. So,
But then they've only just taken our bodies. The bags wouldn't have been sent yet, would they? They may have been checked over for some stuff, but...
are you saying this out loud?
No, I'm asking you.
You don't know how long you've been out.
That's true.
So, all new. Welcome to Valkovia. Any interesting stories to share? It's quite boring up the walls. I've been a soldier since I was 7. I was.
Wow. What an exciting life you must live. I didn't mean that.
It's okay. Anyway, I'll let you all settle in then. Just in response to what you just said then, she seems very sheepish and just walks away depressed.
Genuinely an OC accidental thing. What an interesting life you must leave. Oh my god. Okay. I'm not dwarf social.
Some time passes and these three come through. Gragtar looks quite silent, and there seems to be another man with an arm which is heavily mangled, an elven man. And then one who stands in the middle of them. And again, I would not even say, with that investigation check, Richard, I would say you would look over this commander, and he's wearing the splint that you're carrying in your bag. So, these are...
simmer to a low boil.
These are the new recruits to replace that coward who fled from you. What happened anyway? And Gragtar just says, we were moving the bodies to sew them up to create the barricade that you wanted, sir. And they started to move and come alive. It doesn't seem to be a decision that... And the commander just goes, nonsense! It's working. You will continue your task. Anyway, maybe you can put these up to the task if you don't think you can deal with it. And Gragtar just goes, yes, sir. The commander walks forward and looks in between you. very suspiciously.
Kind of surreptitiously try and keep Vexis between me and the commander.
Okay. He looks around. Can you all hold a weapon?
If we're supplied with
Yeah.
one.
Can you all take a hit? A bite?
Yeah.
Prefer to stay out of the way and deal them out myself.
Ha! Just looks at you. We may not be given a choice.
Vexis just ruffles his feathers, huffs, and keeps quiet because obviously this is not someone you can talk with. Too full of himself.
He turns back. He looks behind his for a moment, clasps his hand and says, "That man who you found at the mists when you came through, he wasn't the only traitor as late. There is one more that must be put on the spike. Our priest ran with some of the acquired goods, and we need to find him. Do you think your lot are up to the task? In return, I will allow you the security of our keep and the ability to become a Talon."
I'm going to whisper to Vexis, ask him what goods.
Exactly that he ran with, I think I did not quite catch that. If you want us to find them, we need to know what to look for.
Know this, that if you abscond with the items, you will be put on a spike as well. But the items are of importance. It was going to be mine. We found 2 magical bags amongst the loot, a fine treasure from the bodies. Not something we normally get. Normally it's just rations and a dagger or 2. One was sent up north to Lakar, the Grand City, and one was supposed to be mine. But the priest took it. The cowardly fool. We have an idea of where he would have gone. To the crossing by the river. So it would be a journey which takes you west. If you complete this task, very well done. If you don't, then we shall remember you. I want this done before nightfall. Can you do that?
Well, not half undressed and without weapons? Is there any kind of gear we would get to be able to accomplish this task?
I was told by my soldier here that you could fight. Is that not true?
It is true, but fighting's always more efficient when armed.
We'll provide weapons when you're officially a Talon. All this is a retrieval. If you can't do that, then stay out in the woods and be eaten for all I care.
Vexis grumbles again and hops over to Richard. Glasses me.
It's one of our bags. Let's go and get it.
Well, alright then. Retrieval it is. Not like we have anything better to do anyway.
Have we rested at all at any point during this time?
No.
Okay, so Catnip suggests that we rest first, because yeah, me and Richard are still on quite low points, I think.
Unless they have a healer, which would save us time on a retrieval.
Is anyone asking on regards to the rest?
Yeah, we need a rest or a healer.
Rest is a good idea.
It's a simple task. Just go. You can have a rest when you come back. Prove your worth.
Alright, but if we get into a bad situation, we're gonna look after ourselves.
I've got a second level aid spell that I can use. I can choose up to 3 creatures to. Oops, what's the name?
Let me just check.
Each target's hit point maximum and current hit points increased by 5 for 8 hours.
I think that still leaves me quite low.
I'd say let's do it as we are, because you can always use that as long as you survive if anybody goes down.
We only have 1 hit point.
Yeah, it's not enough.
Go towards the back.
He goes over to you, Catnip, and puts his gauntlet on your shoulder. He sees you're quite wounded. We must survive in scarcity. Life isn't on our side here. Make do.
Can I hiss at him?
And he walks away. You can if you want to. You see the orc's eyes are very wide when your mouth opens.
I see the orc watching me, and I decide to take a deep breath, and I don't hiss at him.
Okay. He goes off with his other soldier. And Greg Tart is there and says, "It should be simple. Just be quick, just be stealthy. If you can't handle it, come back and I will help. But we must be quiet about it or I will be put on the pike."
Can I try and convince him to come with us now?
You can roll a persuasion, but before you do roll a persuasion, would you like to give an argument, a plea?
The fact I'm on 1 health point?
Well, if you give a very convincing argument, I'll give you advantage.
Yeah. Can I do cute kitten eyes?
You start flickering your eyes, yeah?
Yeah, like
Yes!
in Shrek 2. Yeah.
Oh, can it be the Puss in Boots eyes?
Yeah, Puss in Boots eyes.
Yeah.
Roll performance. Let's see how good these eyes are.
Not amazing.
It's just, you're just blinking, really. It's not exactly a bad sort of stare. You go from an attempt, he just sort of looks at you. I can't. Just be quick, just be stealthy. If you see a moving horde, go the other way. If you can't get back, and you're delayed, don't come back. Or you will be put on the spike.
And they have one of the spikes there.
Every crime in Valkovia is punished by impalement. It is
there a reason for that, or is that just personal preference?
It is the high Lady Dracoth's will. We must follow our orders to defeat the Horde. And any disunity shall be punished in the harshest way.
Cut and point out that's probably why they don't have many fighters.
He sighs and says, I really wish that was the case.
Vexis grumbles a little and points towards what's the character's name again? I am so bad with those.
No worries. Who are you hovering over?
The cat person.
Oh, Catnip.
Catnip, yeah. And says, well, if you send your fighters out in these conditions, it's no wonder they don't come back. She can barely walk, and you sent her on a retrieval mission for which she would need to be stealthy and fast. How is she supposed to do that without being able to walk?
I know, but I'm not the one who sent. It's this way he doesn't do a thorough investigation of you lot, and he puts a trust in my instinct. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Look, there's got to be something you can do for us. If she goes down, she's a liability, and then she's another, possibly undead horrible thing. There's got to be something you can do. Like, I'm not really that fussed, because I don't know these guys, but if they get dead, I might get dead. And then eventually, you're gonna get dead. So, come on. Give us an olive branch here. Help her out.
I don't know what I can do. What do you want me to
You
do?
must have something.
There must be a
gotta have
medic or
something.
something around. If we just can take her by a medic, to just get her back on her feet before we walk out. That would help you, would help us, and the bag would be caught quicker.
Yeah, calm. I'm being persuasive here. She's being persuasive.
He looks quite sort of distressed by this whole situation. And then a man comes over. Hello! I hear you might need some assistance.
Yeah. We got someone here who's looking very bloodied, can barely stand. Not really going to be able to fight.
Gregtar. I can buy some time. I can distract the commander. Give them a chance to have a little breather. A short rest, if you will. Do you think you can help me with this? Gregtar sighs and goes, what do I need to do? And Angus says, just go to the captain and talk about the special deep cleaning. I will be there soon. Maybe make him lose sense of time. You head off first. I will oversee them and then I will be there. And my colleague over there to the north, hey, we'll see them, make sure that they go off. Fine? Gregtar says to the lot of you, have a bit of a breather then. And good luck, don't die. So, you lot then. Feel free to take a short rest, by the way. Double click on your character. You'll get extra healing, by the way, because of Butt-Kissed Song of Rest. Why? Wait, no. Ignore the Butt-Kissed Song of Rest. I don't know why you'd get that. That's so weird. Yeah, just do your hit points if you need to.
I'm still trying to figure out where the things are.
If you double click on your character, it'll be underneath. It'll be next to your character icon on the sheet. Click short rest,
Ah,
and then choose how many
okay.
hit dice you want to use to heal.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a bit better.
Does it matter if you've got full hit points still, or
It will recharge something. You don't need to short rest if you don't need to.
I've used up some spell slots? Does a short rest do anything on that? Or is that only
No.
for the long rest?
Only long rest. Unless you're a warlock, then short rest restore them.
Yeah, I think one of my spells
Okay,
lets me restore on a
so-
short one.
So,
Rested.
Yeah, I can recover spell slots on a short rest. But I think it's
so the man says to you lot. He gets a bit closer. He says, all of you, come closer, come closer. Surround me, surround me.
Why?
Trust me.
Alright.
If you aren't thinking of returning to this fort, I would suggest that north of the river there is a ruins of a town called Silberus. Head there if you're not inclined to be a prisoner. You understand?
Right.
Alright. Thanks for that, I guess.
You're welcome.
Do you all consider yourselves prisoners here?
Some may think that, yes. We have no choice in the matter of fighting against these hordes. And some of us realize that there's more to this than meets the eye. Again, seek out Silvervas to the north of the crossing and find my allies. But if you do return, please take my kindness at heart and do not tell this commander that I said this.
Secret safe for me.
Yeah, I'm going to say for the group, I have no intention of coming back.
How may we distinguish your allies from the rest?
They know when there's new people, just like I do. They will find you.
None of it was at all.
But I will be back. I will distract the commander. And I'll give some random names and say that you gave them to me, so if there's any orders put out, it won't be a simple task for any talents. And he goes through.
I say to him, just in case, tell the commander my name's Chen.
Chen. Got it.
Chen.
Chen. C-H or C-I?
C-I-E-N.
Okay. Every single one of you has no idea what that's about. But we move on.
Lovely.
Like, think back to someone.
Okay then. Are you all charged up the best you can be?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
And for the other guys, remember the guy I said that I hit him with a hat, the flame thing, and killed him? That was Chen.
The great evil Chen. Alright then.
So evil.
So
Daniel's not much better. He is evil.
he is.
Yeah. Can attest to that.
Basically, Chen, just so you know, is Richard's rival character from Candlekeep. Richard will besmirch Chen's name far and wide.
And in multiple dimensions.
In multiple dimensions. Okay, I'll just grab you guys.
Guys, I assume we are not coming back to this place.
Well, I certainly have no plans to.
Yeah, Silver Vassic is. We kind of set on that, I think.
Are you not going to the crossing first, or do you want to go straight to Silvervest?
That dead priest has my bag, or Randita's
Well, yeah,
bag.
go after the bag. I mean, either way, it's stuff that sounds useful, so make a grab for it while we can.
Yeah, I'd like my jaw back.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, he did say there are 2 bags, so we don't know which one we'll be getting.
I can almost guarantee knowing Perry it won't. Perry is a special brand of evil.
Me, evil, never.
Uh-huh.
Just gonna make sure I've got you guys pulled to the
Either
scene.
way, the way this commander sounded, whatever he wants to have, I don't want him to have. So, grab stuff.
Okay, you should be loading it. I'll just move people. Once you've all loaded in, roll stealth.
That roll stealth.
Once you've all loaded in, yeah, to the new map.
Yeah, still loading. There we are.
I'm so glad I prepared loads of different maps. I was thinking, will they use them? Will they use them? We've used 4. Maybe 5. So, feel free to have character chats as you load in. What would you lot be talking
Well.
about? Apart from, obviously, we're not going back there, fuck that place.
I'm too busy exploring the area to see what I can find to be stealthy in any way at all.
Yep.
Yeah, and I tell people, fucking keep it down.
I was blundering around.
Well, you're even less stealthy than me.
Hello!
Stop.
I grumble about fucking city people.
Kitty and Jeremy, are you in yet, or?
No.
Oh yeah, I'm in.
It's refusing.
Kitty, roll stealth.
Well, that looks
and
good.
then- Okay, cool, that's good.
Still not in, but it's looking better.
It's something.
It's the right shade of grey for it'll probably load. Maybe.
I am so stealthy.
So I'm just going to do this thing.
Dice are not my friend today.
As it is getting closer to night, it will make it darker. Oh, that's a nice stealth check. Alright, is everyone in, or is someone missing, right?
Yeah, still missing.
Ah, I saw Richard there, so I was like, oh, you're okay. No, you're not. Fargo.
No, that's the Richard.
Richard. Not confusing at all.
No,
No.
the game just does not want to let me in.
It knows.
What do you mean, Kitty?
How is it now?
Yeah.
Oh.
I was actually trying to load it on 3 different browsers, and it's finally picked one.
Yeah, awesome. Then just roll that stealth check and hopefully it doesn't explode.
We'll see. Oh, you pain in the fucking arse.
Okay.
Third one today. Literally the third one.
Okay. So, feel free to move as you enter this territory.
Okay, so we are somewhere at crossing somewhere in the woods, it looks like. Or
Oh, this feels like home.
Yeah, I'm in my element here as well. Can I be rummaging around under bushes and things, seeing if I can find things to put in my bag? Do I have
Yeah.
a bag?
I
I was
don't.
gonna ask what bag.
No, I think your bags were taken. They might be at the fort still.
In my pockets, at least. I do like to look for specimens and stuff while I'm wandering around.
I think that's the issue.
I'm looking around to see if there's any local animals around.
Yeah,
Roll
I'm just
Wildlife.
nature.
I'm looking for bones or samples of anything really that I can squirrel away that might be useful later.
Catnip, roll investigation. Vexis, roll nature. I would say regarding picking stuff up, it's a bit of an awkward one because you've got your spell book on you. You've got like a crystal, a tinderbox, some clothes. You've got a small amount of space for something small, but until you get a bag, it's going to be a bit awkward. Okay then. Regarding animals, it's this area at least is almost completely dead. Even it's like you can hear a faint sound coming from the west of almost rats, but most things are just bone and scraps. It's almost lifeless except for the trees, but even they have this sort of nasty hue about them, which doesn't seem natural.
Fascinating. Can I jot? I don't have anything, do I? I've not got my notebook or anything to kind of jot
You
stuff
have your
down.
spell book, but yeah, no, you don't have your notebook.
Okay, I'm frustrated at not being able to make like little notes as I go around.
What's directly in front of Skom? Because it came up as a hashed.
It's it's a shallow sort of river. It's running slightly, but it's quite a quiet current. It wouldn't distract you. And opposite, you see a sort of wooden structure.
Are the animals, the rats or whatever, within hearing range?
Yeah, as you move to the west, you can hear them more clear. Seems to be
Could
quite
I
a lot of them.
ask the speak with animals then to see if they chat about anything interesting?
Yeah, you cast that, and you hear
Sorry.
you hear more food, more food. Where's the more food? Where's the master? Where's the more food? Bones, gnaw, gnaw, gnaw.
Okay, that sounds not ominous at all.
Am I able to see if I can call my familiar?
Yeah, it will be. How long does Find Familiar last? Are you doing it as a ritual or using a spell slot?
How do I find that?
If you click on the details of the spell, it should be there. Yeah, you don't have it. Do you have it? I don't think you have it prepared, so it will.
No, so
So if we do it as a ritual, both of us, it's or an hour.
we probably don't have time for that right now, do we?
No.
That's fine. Okay, I'm going to carry on heading towards wherever we could hear the rodents. Yeah.
As you get closer, you see a
Sounds good.
giant pit.
Alright,
And inside-
I'm
Hundreds Oh, rats swarming about, eating at bones that
Back
look
towards my
human.
perfect extended pillow. Yours. I can't see my arm. Thinks I'm doing my usual and walking into walls.
Whereabouts are you? You're over there. Do you want me to bring you over to the rest of the group?
Good. I can't zoom in or out, which is really not useful. I need to put a mouse in there.
That's
Aha,
fine.
I see people.
I peek into that pit and try to see if besides hungry rats and bones, there's anything else obvious or interesting that stands out.
Roll perception. Looking
We've got
down there,
eyes.
they look quite hungry, the rats. The bones are quite gnawed on. It seems like they haven't been fed for a while because there's nothing that you can discern. Someone's obviously been dropping bodies down here.
And whoever's been dropping bodies hasn't been by for a while.
You two up there, Catnip and Skom, you looking over the river, yeah? Towards
Yeah,
the sort
looking
of...
over.
Yeah, it's an old sort of logging building by the river. It seems quite damaged. The wheel's not turning properly.
Is this water in front of us?
Yes, you can cross it.
We can cross it.
Yeah.
I'm a cat. I don't really like that.
Yeah, I know this is going to go wrong, but I'm going to look at that bag of holding.
Yeah, I
That's-
go.
Yeah, there's walls around that. It's sort of upwards, so
With
you'd have
the
to go
rest.
around, or you'd need to roll an athletics check to climb up there. Because that's like a 15 feet climb, so you can either climb it or go around to the walkway if you want to get to the bag. And I'll just quickly pause.
I'll stick to it.
I'll get you close. And the basic thing is if you drag your character across a wall, it will stop. And I'll just get you over there, Randita. Alright. Looking towards the bag, all of you roll an investigation check.
Oh, damn.
God, everyone's dice rolls.
Rubbish. My rolls today are terrible.
There seems to be
Yeah.
a bunch. There seems to be a bit of damage around the bag, and the bag seems to be open up. Vexis,
Yes.
you look across where the bag is, and you notice a sort of deep colour stained fresh blood leading towards the bag. Or leading towards the bag. And more importantly, as you look over, you notice scratch marks.
Can I use Mage Hand to bring the bag to us?
You can. So you cast Mage Hand to carry the bag over?
Yes. I'll
Alright.
just do that.
Alright. Mage Hand happens. You pull it over. You look at it. Both you and Randita both roll a investigation check again.
Oh,
Alright, Richard, you're looking at it. It looks weird and strange. It's not how you remember it. Randita, you look at it. And it's your bag. It's the one you found in the house.
bang! My bag.
There's a bit of blood on it.
Oh.
Told you it wouldn't be mine.
Naturally.
So, what do you
Yeah.
do?
I'll go pick up my bag.
Okay. Pick it up. I think you should just be able to take it. Yeah. Okay.
Wait.
Da, 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 da.
Bag.
Anything?
Makes one person with pockets here.
Yeah. Yeah, someone you can put stuff away.
Woohoo.
Is anyone doing anything here?
Investigate generally, obviously not the bag, but just around.
Yeah, just roll another investigation check as you check around this place.
Doing the same.
Poke a little closer because I'm curious about the freshness of the blood and what it might mean.
Okay.
And, guess I'll throw another investigation check as well then. Hey, my investigation check sucks.
You're more focused on, you're looking at the blood and it's being slightly dissipated by the water, which suggests that, by the rain, suggesting that it was fresh. You're still looking at it, you see the scratch marks, and it's very curious. It's like nails. Catnip, you look around and by one of the edges, by the saw, you see a holy symbol just left there.
Do I recognise it? Do I know anything about it?
Not really. You just know there's a holy symbol there for some reason. It's just been left there.
Vexis just kinda confused about the lack of obvious carrier, like, well, the bag didn't walk itself here. Whoever brought it here seems to have met an unfortunate end. What ended it, though?
And
do we really want to stick around to find out?
And Richard, as he investigates, Richard, by the scratches that seem to have been... It's interesting. You see there's a fingernail still quite deep. Almost a whole fingernail deep into the wood. Bloodied as well. And from what you can tell, whatever was scratching was being pulled towards the bag. But there doesn't seem to be any other signs of a body or anything.
I guess we get it back and it's cursed.
We pack the bag of holding for bodies.
Depends, Randita. You've got the bag of holding.
I do.
Do you say this to Randita? Skom?
Yep.
I step away from Randita just in case she actually checks the bag.
Wait, why am I checking my own bag? What?
For foreign bodies.
Oh.
If stuff is in there that's not supposed to be in there.
Like dead priests and penises.
I mean, that might be in there anyway, to be honest.
Well, any ones you haven't put in there.
I'll have a look. I'll investigate my own bag.
Not gonna kink shame you.
Okay. You open up the bag. Do you turn it inside out? Wait, how far away are you from the microphone right now?
Sorry, I was turned around.
Ah.
I don't want my own stuff to fall out, so not completely, no.
Well, right now you're looking through it and you don't seem to find anything.
Well, there's nothing in my bag.
As you check, not that you can find, no.
Yeah, well, there's nothing in my bag. Randita starts having a nightmare and she turns the bag inside out, flaps the bag, shakes it, is clearly distressed.
and nothing falls out. There was nothing in there.
Oh, I had some gold in there. Precious stones. Oh, great. Well, that's inconvenient.
Okay. I would say every single one of you roll perception check. And also, what do you do now?
In my perception check?
My rolls today are terrible.
Yours, I got a natural one.
Yeah.
It just
To be fair,
means. Oh, yes.
I think I'm going to use all my good rolls for the rest of the month.
Yeah.
Can I?
Well, yeah, I hope in commiseration for Randita having lost all her stuff after just having regained her bag and step back down. And look to see if there's anything I can see around the place where we found the bag.
Around the place you found the bag.
Yeah, like next to the ramp and anywhere if there are any other signs of struggle or anything.
Well, right now, I would say, before I get to that, Randita and Richard would notice there seems to be sounds coming from both sides. Like something's movement, something is coming towards your group. And as you check Vexis, you're looking around. There seems to be. You find one sleeping bag underneath the stairs. It seems to be a place that had been lived in or started to be lived in.
I'm going to say there's stuff coming from either side. I think we should head towards Silverbass.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with that because we are definitely not geared enough for stuff from both sides.
Well, should we go then?
Yep.
We'll head northwest.
Are you going to stealthily head northwest, or are you just going to
Yes.
run?
Yeah.
We're trying to stealthily but quickly move, I'd say.
Okay.
Don't really want to attract the attention from whatever comes from the side.
Okay. Everyone roll stealth then.
No.
Very try to be stealthy.
And here comes my fourth one of the day.
Uh-oh.
Do you think my highest roll at 10?
I got 3.
You're like the only competent one.
I'm just stomping through. Going, shh. Be quiet!
Okay.
I shake my head in despair.
So you lot try to be stealthy as you sneak away. And now, very importantly, you were told there was this place and there was a certain direction, but you don't have a map or any idea where it is. Who will be your designated guide? Basically,
Not me.
who's going to use their survival roll to try to find the location?
I'm pretty good at surviving.
Richard.
You have to choose between one of
Richard's
you.
role today is a no for me.
Oh, hell, it's a no. I'd say Skom or Catnip.
Really? With their rolls?
No, yeah, Randita.
Randita probably has the best chance besides me for a decent role, yeah.
Yeah.
So, Randita, you are leading the group.
Condolences.
Okay.
I mean, there is Vex as well. Good chance.
Oh shit. Sorry guys.
Okay.
Oh no.
Nexus shakes his head again.
It's getting late.
Ridiculous.
It's getting late in the day, and you're sneaking away. But every time you get a good vantage point, you look back, and there seems to be skeletons. There seems to be zombies. There seems to be creatures following you. You haven't lost a trail, and you are getting tired. I'm just going to quickly look at the map. You haven't seen a sign of ruins or a city yet. You can head deeper into a forest. You can head towards the mountains. And then you can just choose a random direction. Randita, you're the one leading them. What would you like to do?
I
And
don't
would you
know.
like to convince them to
How
go
about
along?
somebody climbs a tree and see if they can see everything?
Ah, that I can do. Yep,
Yeah, just don't get stuck up it.
I'm gonna try.
Kind of cat's a bit notorious for that.
So,
I'm really short, but it'll take me a while, but I'll get up there, right?
so you rush up the tree. Do you do a creepy climb up the tree or normal climb?
I'm gonna do creepy climb.
Creepy climb, okay. Trying to get this image to open a new tab. Cool. I can do this. Awesome. So you look ahead and roll a perception at advantage.
Oh wow.
That's good.
You said it
Okay. You look across and past a few of the trees you see a very dark lake. You can head to the east around the lake to get to what you see are a few ruined buildings on the other side. It will take some time, and you'll most likely all arrive there with one level of exhaustion if you're moving through the night without sleeping.
No, we don't want to be exhausted. Okay.
This is quite a large forest you could hide in. You could go across the river to the west towards the mountains you see. Maybe you could find a cave to rest in.
Cave sounds like a good idea. Randita climbs back down the tree. Or like shimmies down. Turns around to the others and kind of goes, What do you think? What do you lot think? Judging by what I've seen.
Well, this is no place to go through exhausted. So we better find somewhere to rest before we set out.
Alright,
Alright then, so you want to head towards the cave, yeah?
yeah. Cave sounds like a good idea.
Well,
Catnip
Sounds like
likes
a
the sound of
trap.
first things first,
Ah!
all of you roll stealth again as you try to lose the pursuers.
Oh my god, what the hell are my rolls?
Ooh.
What is happening?
She's stealthiest.
They were better.
And there's
Again,
one.
I feel very competent.
Who's missing on the stealth? Oh, what did you get for stealth? Didn't pop up for me.
What, me?
Yeah.
I had a 20.
Okay, cool. Alright. And Randita, roll a survival check at advantage.
At advantage.
Because you have an
okay.
idea of where you're heading.
Ooh.
Okay. So, you feel confident. You're working a bit more as a unit, a bit more confident in where you're going. You managed to lose the horde that was following you from the crossing.
Woo.
And you managed to get to the mountains where you find a cave, and I will get you to the cave.
Dun 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 dun.
See, look at all these maps I prepared. I'm so glad I prepared these maps.
We've been jet setters, I think.
Yeah, basically. Would be a good entrance here. Yeah, I'll bring you over here.
Trap.
You get in there, and as you'll see, you'll enter through a side where a river leads to a lake inside. And it's very, very dark, as suddenly it's pitch black outside, and it's quite dark inside the cave. So if you have any torches or way to light things up, except if you're Vexis, who has perfect
I
vision.
have night vision.
Yep, you have perfect vision.
I've got night vision as well.
You do, but not to the same level as Vexis. Vexis sees in colour.
Okay. Oh wow.
I'm looking at everyone and just going, wow, everyone's
Yeah.
black and white. Yeah, it's quite a big cave system you found.
Cave with water. Always suspicious. How many tentacles are hiding in there?
Yeah. Alright, so how are you going to set up camp? What do you have to sleep in? Do you have anything to eat? Do you have any forms of heat you can provide?
What can I see what I've got?
I'll look around to see if there's any sort of wood anywhere near the cave entrance or stuff blown into the cave.
There's some trees that doesn't seem to be broken apart, it seems. Bits and pieces, apart from a few twigs. But it seems to be some of the resources in this area. Any sort of like trees which have fallen down or anything have been scavenged.
I really don't have anything.
I've got a tinder box, but we don't appear to have anything to actually burn with it.
There's some twigs outside,
Well,
so you can mix some twigs
just-
in the box and hope.
Said that there would be some like fallen twigs and all. So yeah, I start collecting some of those, I guess.
Okay.
I'll help out.
Alright, and so after a bit you would gather the materials. Where would you light the fire? Would you do it closer to the entrance or deeper in?
A bit deeper in so people can't spot us.
So,
Yeah, I'd also check how high the ceiling are or if the smoke can escape anywhere so we don't suffocate ourselves with the fire at night.
the ceiling sort of goes up about 20-25 foot, and the opening is quite big, so it would create
Yeah, should be
smoke, and the
fine then.
smoke would seep out, so people could see
Yeah.
it. But it's
So I'd suggest let's go deep enough no one spots us through the entrance and make sure we have a wall in our back and that we can see the entrance.
okay. So find your spot, and I'll put out the fire.
If we go any deeper than where I am now, or even where I am now, if anything comes in, kind of got the water on one side and the rock on another, how deep's that water? Can we tell?
Roll a perception check.
Cave water should be quite visible.
For you, definitely. Not. I don't think Richard has any light source. Looking at it, it seems deep enough, really. Like you know that if you could probably swim a bit underneath. If you stood in it, you'd probably be floating.
So basically unable to fight. If we go too deep, we're unable to fight in the water. we got the wall on the other side and a narrow place to fight in. That doesn't
Yep.
seem like a good place to be.
But having a wall behind us and the water in front of us also limited spaces for things to attack.
Also, that's not a wall,
Yeah.
this bit, by the way. That's a pit. That's
Oh.
a very deep
Well.
pit that you can't see the bottom of.
Okay, so yeah,
Oh.
I'd prefer somewhere with a wall in the back.
Let's go all the way to the back, because I don't want to be nowhere near a pit.
No, I think so.
Yeah.
Like near big
That's
bits like that.
that's
Well-
PTSD moments of what comes out of those.
Okay.
I know we can't see the entrance, but we'll be able to hear.
Uh-huh.
And we're hidden. Or over... Is that another pit over on the right where Skom is?
There is a pit there, yeah.
Look like it.
Yeah, alright. I won't get any closer.
Yeah, pits and me, not friends.
No. No. Pits are the pits.
Never know what comes out of there.
Is the wall next to me down here?
There, let me just click on there. Yes. Okay, so where are you going to put the fire down? I'm guessing Vexis is in control of this one, yeah?
I have the job of putting the fire? Okay. Guess somewhere here in the back corner where we've collected. Seems very
So like this?
unspottable. Yeah, where? What?
That. And
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
just do some changes. Okay, and then so your fire is there. And I'll just do a quick... Ooh, who are you? Yeah, no, I will use this yellow. That'd be the fireplace. Alright. So you're using the flames to keep warm. No use for a sleeping bag or anything like that. Or if there's any spells to make things comfortable, you can use them. Your group doesn't have any food, no?
Yeah. Don't think we have anything. I mean, Vexus could go and peek into the water to see if there's anything like fish in there.
It depends on how would you catch them, if there was.
Yeah, it's a good question. I mean, I don't think jumping in there with Arms of Hada is a good idea.
You were told that the food would have been taken off the bodies and redistributed, so there would have been some back at the fort, and there
Could
would
I
have been
use
some in the north.
mage hand to grab the fish? If they're there.
It would be a dexterity thing.
And I don't have dexterity.
And that's if there's fish that you can eat, but you'd have to find out first.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
Zach, can I summon my rat?
Yeah, you have the hour now, you can summon it.
I mean, should have enough time for that now.
Yeah, I will bring both of your summons in.
Do that?
There we go. Richard, your spider, and your rat Bony Boy are summoned after an hour of resting by the fire.
While we're doing that, if we set up some sort of guard rotation where people manage to get 8 hours for a long rest.
Yeah, Vexus is happy to take the first or second round or whatever, since he sees well in the night.
I'm happy to take a round of watch as well.
Yeah, so
Just thinking with yours.
can we put the companions as sentries?
Yeah, they can help while you're doing your sentry.
I've
Ah.
got,
Out of the trash.
I mean, without us being awake, can they guard while we sleep?
I've got alarm.
Oh, that's good.
Stay here, Cal.
I don't know how to use it, but I've got it.
Just cast it and then place down the radius. And I think you can... I think that's how it works. So yeah, get it into the chat.
Leave the trash alone.
If we place alarm and give the instructions to the companions that if the alarm goes off, they wake us up, could we all sleep?
You can try, yeah.
So cast spell, consume spell slot.
It's a ritual, so you don't need to. You can spend time to do the ritual cast. Which means you just, rather than spend a spell slot, you just spend time. Okay, did anything come up with it, or...?
We came up into the chat.
Ah, oh well, it's a 20-foot cube, so we'll assume this area around you, yeah? So I'll get a 20-foot cube up. So about...
No. Sorry, Fitness trying to get into the trash.
Oh, okay. It's like about this.
We at the back of this cave, do you think?
We're out of-
Yeah, there's a bit of a wall there.
So is it worth maybe putting it slightly
little bit further.
slightly ahead of us to give us a bit more of a warning? Yeah.
Like there, yeah?
Yeah. What do people think?
There. That's good. And then we can all sleep on the other side of it.
Yeah.
So there's a bit more time to react and put our companions on kind of guard instructions.
Okay. So, you could possibly rest like this, which is good.
Before I go to sleep, I'm going to... Oh, how long does it last?
Sorry, I gotta quickly be right back.
No worries. Alarm lasts about 8 hours.
No, I'm thinking Dragon's Breath, but that's only
It's-
a minute.
Yeah.
When you get out of that bag. No. Go find something else to play with.
Is it the kitten?
Yeah, it's Calcifer.
Yeah.
Being a trash gremlin.
Oh.
Aw. So,
So we're going to take the risk, cast that, and do an 8-hour rest.
that sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
So,
So it's 2 yeses.
Kitty's not there right now. She's had to quickly rush off.
All right, and
I'm sorry, I was distracted by the kitten. What am I voting for?
whether we place the alarm, put the companions on guard duty, and all get 8 hours long rest.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Yeah, sounds good.
Need all the rest we can, and also while we're resting, we're probably not feeling how hungry we are.
Yeah.
I have returned.
Hello. So, yeah, the thing about food is you'll have to find a way to get rations. Because the longer you go without food, you start getting exhaustion, which cannot be cured with sleep. And that can lead to death after a while. But right
Why
now,
did we not get any sort of rations when I was bugging about like provisions for getting sent out though?
that was the thing. It was the guy was very. They were assuming you're coming back, with the assumption that you would get rations when you got back. Essentially.
Yeah, but the guy that told us to bugger off could have also pointed out to pick up rations on the way.
I know he forgot to say, didn't he?
We're going to have to try and hunt tomorrow. But let's let Perry have his fun, because you know he's going to try and attack us in the night.
Huh? Never.
Yeah, but hopefully not anytime soon because I still need to walk the dog.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine. Don't worry. We'll end this with the whatever you want to say before you sleep, and then long rest, and then we'll be back for next session at the start of the next day. But yes, if there's anything you like to speak to each other about as you have the quiet of the cave and you're not being pursued anymore, your plans of what you want to do.
I haven't.
Want to head north to
Out
the
of the
city.
trash.
I want my bag. I want to head north to the city. That's simple.
I've moved myself away from the half-orc. Sorry. I don't quite trust you.
Yeah, I just nestle
Thanks.
somewhere in the bag, fire in front of me, wall behind me, and anything that looks halfway warrior-like, preferably between me and whatever's coming in the cave.
Fair.
And make a
Yeah.
suggestion that first thing tomorrow we should try to look for anything edible. And maybe see if we find anything we can take some water with us, because I assume walking around we won't always find readily available water, and the water in the cave should be okay. Usually cave water is filtered enough to drink.
I think Kitty saw what should be Silvervash, so if we head there tomorrow and try and find any game or anything.
Yeah.
We'll easily find something on the way.
Yeah, but I mean, I've had a listen around, and the only thing I've found in a whole forest so far is a pit full of starving rats. So I wouldn't bet on it.
We could eat the rats.
We'd have to go back to the pit, and considering what they've eaten, I'm not sure it's a good idea to eat them.
That's true. Let's see what we can dig up in the morning anyway.
Berries, mushrooms, plants.
Worms.
Is Richard affected by this? Is a question from me.
It really depends on your features. Let me just check.
There's nothing actually in there. This is kind of making it up as we go along. A skeleton.
Just creature type. There's the breathing thing.
And as he doesn't, as you
You
decided
don't-
he doesn't have half his jaw,
Yeah.
eating's impossible anyway.
Yes, you don't need to eat, drink, or breathe.
Yay!
And I've just got to check something else for someone else as well. Do they need to eat, drink, or breathe? No. Sadly. Sorry, Kitty. You don't need to breathe, you need to eat.
Yeah, I know I don't need to breathe, but I do need to eat.
Yeah. So currently, Jeremy's Richard is the only one who doesn't need to eat.
Oh, that's fine. I've got rations on me anyway.
Do you?
Yeah.
Did you tell the group that?
No? They don't know.
I don't see
Yeah.
rations on you.
Oh shoot! I'm looking at my D&D Beyond character. Freaking no. I'm gonna go hungry like the rest of y'all. Damn it.
Were you just going, haha, I have rations, fuck you guys?
Yeah, I was feeling a little smarmy. Not gonna lie, like icy, of course.
Oh, it's
Damn
just
it.
Everybody feeling slightly less of a trust level towards Randita now?
Whoopsie.
Ah, nobody knows this though.
I like the idea though that it was kind of obvious. Like you started looking for your bag, or sort of like everyone's talking about food, and you're just
Yeah.
like, yeah, and then you're looking for your bag, and then they slowly see you get more panicked as you search through
Yeah.
everything you have. Like, oh no.
Everything she didn't have, you meant?
Yeah.
So
So
yeah.
what I thought was in my bag was not in my bag.
Oh, poor Randita. Can't watch them
Richard
starve.
is going to go to sleep listening to the wonderful melody of rumbling stomachs, with a very smug look on his face, hidden behind a torn-up handkerchief.
Oh, dear me. But yes, so no, feel free to, everyone, long rest. And once you've long rested, we'll end the session there and start next session at the start of the next day. And thank you everyone for joining. I hope you had fun.
Yeah, it was good.
It's Friday.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, thanks everybody. Had fun.
Yeah. Looking forward to next session.
Yeah.
Same.
Where I get to watch you all starve.
All right, Jawless.
Yeah, and Vexis continues to grumble about general incompetence while sneaking.
So, oh dear. So Richard's plan is to go up north to the city to get their stuff back. I'm guessing everyone is just following for the ride. There's no one who has another plan or something else they want to do.
I mean, city sounds good. City sounds like possibly acquisition of things that are useful for survival. So Vex is definitely taking along there.
And my friend who is listening says, thank you all. She had a lot of fun.
I'm glad they enjoyed it.
I think Skom's probably wanting to go back and sort of, well, let's say liberate, but kind of help the captives
The people of
in
the keep, yeah?
the castle, the keep.
Okay. But you're keeping that on the down low for now while everyone else is talking.
Yeah, yeah. He might consider voicing that when we have a few more supplies and stuff.
And if you find booze somewhere so you can work up the courage, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay then. So, next week, same time, you'll be leaving the cave, looking for food and heading for the town you were told about, Silvaris. And hopefully, you won't run into zombies on the way.
Yeah, that
Zombies are
sounds
great.
like a...
But yeah, Randita, you got your bag back and it's perfectly normal and fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, Perry just made a point of saying it's perfectly normal. I don't trust that in the slightest.
Perry.
You should burn that on the fire.
Oh no.
I mean, the traces showed that whatever got gobbled up towards the bag, not away from it, so...
You'll be happy to know
Definitely.
that Kitty's seen this evidence happen before when she first got the bag, and she didn't care then, and I'm surprised she cares now.
You say
Well,
that
I
like
guess
care.
it's all in context. The context is different when lots more things try to gobble you up.
Why do I feel like care is probably a strong way of putting it?
Mildly concerned, maybe.
Doesn't give a fuck. Yeah.
But I doubt Randita's going to be sleeping in the bag today, no?
I'm doing first watch, right?
You don't need to watch
Oh, we
anymore. You
don't-
got
We don't watch.
Oh, brain fart. Okay, yeah, no, I'll hop in my bag then.
You're hopping in that bag, yeah?
I'm hopping in the bag.
Okay.
One less party member next week.
But anyway,
Yeah, horrible.
but thanks
Okay,
for joining.
I have to dash now though because I have dog to walk
Have fun.
and then I have to raid.
Nice. Have fun.
Okay, thanks very much for the session. It was very enjoyable.
I'm glad
Good
you
night,
enjoyed
all.
it.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye bye.
I'll just go over there.
I'm
And
gonna make a move too. Have a good one, guys. That was fun.
see ya.
Yeah, me too. I will see you guys next week.
See you
Bye.
next week.
Bye.
Bye.
And Richard and Samantha, I hope you had fun as well.
Yes, yeah.
Yes.
I'll get braver as we go along, I'm sure.
No worries about it. Take your time. You did just fine. You did just fine. Now I have to leave this chat and I'll say bye to the Twitch chat and I'll see you guys next week.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.
So everyone, thank you for joining. I'll just turn that off. Thank you for joining. We'll be back next week. This will be a 6-parter, and yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be good. Let's see where they end up. I will be running Ravenloft sessions like this with lots of different players. What I'm going to do is 6 shots, 12 shots, 1 shots, stuck in the mini realms of Ravenloft, the Domains of Dread. There'll be an overarching story, but sometimes they'll have their own stories, and the things in the background will move on without them. But yes, let's see where these guys end up. And I hope you like the characters, and I hope you like the players. That was quite a sweet and quite a chill group, I have to say. Anyway, I'm going to go make some tea, sit down and watch some bollocks. Yes, it'll be fun. And I hope you go watch some bollocks too. Or sleep, or drink tea, or whatever you want to do. Thank you for joining, and yeah. I don't know how to end these things. I just click the button.